Hey, maybe.
Hey, hey, hello.
How's it going?
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Great. Hello, everyone. Who's
We
here
got
already?
Yelena, we
Wow.
got Holly, we got Dillman, we got Michael. What's up, everybody? What a
What's
crazy Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. Already so many things happened and it's only 4 p.m. And the mission should have ended. Like,
Yeah, I already have it locked and ready to go. Are you ready to take a look
I'm
at
ready to
Battletown?
take a look.
Let's jump right in, okay? I'm gonna share my screen
Let's go. Let's go. That's what we
and
want to see anyway, right, guys?
okay, you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the new mission. Okay, so we have swords in the background. You could see them, and then I don't know what those are right there, but there is another new mission. It's 24 hours, and again, there's three. So level two combat gear mission. It looks like it's only a combat gear mission, and like what Boss Toad said, it's going to be a weapon specific one. So the kaiju is waking up from
Makes
its
sense.
nap. With the cities safely out of harm's way, now's the time to launch the full frontal assault. Form up into battalions and strike with your weapons. Sock full of doorknobs to the helm. Fomo swords on me. Flamethrowers mount up. Let's pick a mission to go on. So now flamethrowers, assault team 3. Assault team 1 will be sock full of doorknobs, and Fomo swords are assault team 2. So this is now the first mission where we have weapon specifics, and
Mm-hmm.
let's see what the objectives are. So it says attack the kaiju with flamethrowers and soften its armor with the heavy roasting
Mm-hmm.
doorknobs.
Okay.
Attack the kaiju with sock full of doorknobs, which are perfectly reasonable weapons in this situation. Totally reasonable. And then Fomo swords. Attack the kaiju with Fomo swords and stun it with anxious feelings.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna give
Okay.
it FOMO. We're gonna give FOMO with Fomo swords, and it's gonna get anxiety. So that's what's going on with um that's what's going on with the Battletown missions.
Okay, so registration in 24 hours.
Yeah, another registration 24 hours, and it looks like this is going to lead up to the mech battle. Everybody, do me a favor. Let's head over to Twitter for 1 second, and let's get this tweet retweeted out right over here. I'm going to paste the link into the chat. Let's
Please,
get
guys. Thank
everybody.
you.
Let's get everybody in here. We are live for another Thursday. I just pasted a link. Please retweet that. Let's get everybody in here. Let's post that in the Discord as well. We are getting it going. And so, look, I know we've already started a new mission, and let me turn this off for 1 sec. I know we've already started a new mission. Diamond is going to be here
Mhm.
soon. It's another damn Thursday, like Ben says. But really, I
Yeah,
want to talk about. I want to talk about. You know what I want to talk about? Maybe. What do you think I want to
I
talk about?
know. About every damn Thursday.
Oh, actually, that's not what I was gonna say. But please go.
It was funny. No, no, that's just a small thing. I know that you want to debate on the kaiju. But this thing was it was funny to hear Figgy saying that they deliver every damn Thursday, which is like cool because the damn show. And I remember like a million years ago when we this project started, the sentence that Figgy put in the on Discord was imagine a project that will deliver value every week, and now it became every damn Thursday. So I love
Yeah,
the I love the
because it's
evolution of it.
yeah, and
Okay,
with the damn show, it's every damn Monday. I mean, since we're talking about it, I'm sure people in the audience, they were all in the space. They all want to hear as well. So
hmm
we should talk
yeah.
about that Twitter space first. We'll get into why the kaiju did nothing wrong. And look, audience chat. This is a debate. Feel free to disagree. We'll put up some good points if you guys have any. And then we're also going to be having toys revolution coming in, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but is he going to be calling in from a boat?
No, it's not today. It's
Mm,
gonna just present the event is next week. I think it's gonna happen on September 17. But he wanted to present the event because they put a lot of work into it, and it's gonna be a huge event. Like, I mean, not for amount of people, but for the amount of organization, because they're gonna be on a boat. There's gonna be food, drinks, like freebies. It's gonna be a crazy good event in Australia, and I'm very happy to have him on the show so that he can explain what they're gonna do, what's gonna happen. Also, because we know that the Australian community is very it's in a kind of disadvantage because they are so far, and all the events happen usually in the US or sometimes in Europe, but mostly in the US. So they have less opportunities to actually meet up and enjoy
right.
company with other people in the 10KTF community, or even official events. So I'm happy that this is happening for all of them, and yeah, I can't wait to have him on to explain a bit about that. And
Yeah.
then we have two more people, right, coming.
Yes. But before we announce that, Yelena saying the kaiju is awake. Oh no, look at what happened in Midori Land. No.
No.
It's
Oh my god, look
destroyed.
how angry it looks. It was so cute when it was sleeping.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to defend the kaiju anymore because it looks mean
Right?
right now. It looks
Look at this face.
look at he looks even angrier than before. He destroyed Midori Land. I don't think anything is left. There's only a few things left. Maybe you said it a few weeks ago on the Damn Show that you think that the mech is going to destroy what's left of New Tokyo. And then
Yeah,
we heard on the spaces today the exact same thing, that the mech is going to
yeah.
destroy the rest of New Tokyo. And I think Modest or A-Bomb said that. So, um, yes, I
Well, I
did get a
think
haircut
Figgy
today.
said I think Figgy said something similar as well, like the fact that the Kaiju or the Mac, they will not, you know, care about what's happening to the city at all. They're just gonna fight, and the rest, and like the environment's gonna be destroyed. So yeah, like their
so,
environment.
so, my, I don't even know what that means.
Okay, never get a haircut on Thursday anymore. Okay, that's too much attention.
I mean, you know what? Yelena thinks, I don't know if that's for me or maybe or both of us, but I'm gonna take that.
You take that. Okay, okay.
We'll both take it.
Haircut day, haircut day. I get it. I get it. It's important to get some compliments.
Oh, it's an English thing. Interesting. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got my ears lowered.
Yeah, I was like, what does it mean?
Is that not a saying in Italy, maybe, that you get your ears lowered?
No.
Okay. So, okay, let's talk about the spaces.
Yeah.
Um,
That
that was the very first space that Figgy has ever done. So Carl is killing it. He popped his words. He popped Beeple's cherry, and now he's popped Figgy's cherry for Twitter Spaces. So Carl is on a rampage. He's gonna get Tim Smith next. He's gonna get Guy Siri
Mhm.
next. Um, so we're looking forward to that. Shout out to Carl for getting the dam up on stage, for asking our questions as well. But maybe overall, what did you think about the space, the contents of it, what Figgy said, what people said? Anything stand out?
Okay, so 99% of the things they talked about I knew already. I think anyone that has been very deep in the project didn't get so much news out of it, besides the fact that next Friday it's gonna be like a Thursday. That was a
Yeah.
big news, obviously, and the whole part with the tweet and the video that we saw. But regarding what they said previously, it was like very interesting to hear about Worm and what they are expecting it to be, the fact that Worm is going to be a protocol that will survive even after we knew is going to be, maybe old
Mhm.
company or whatever, but they created this tool that is above goes above and beyond the Winu company, so anyone can
Yeah.
use it. The fact that they were really encouraging people to go and check it out, especially creators, developers, anyone that has a project in Web3, because every time someone has to connect their wallet to your website or whatever you're creating that asks for them for their wallet or something like that, Worm can always be used and can be, much safer for your users to do it through Worm instead of actually using their wallet. So that was very interesting to hear from them. And the fact that they continue to talk about how they see the whole NFT space, which is something that
Right.
they have been saying from the beginning. The fact that we should be together and not divided, which is the truth, and I absolutely agree. And the fact that these different projects were kind of segregating people in groups, while Web3 shouldn't be segregation, should be more, like bring people together instead of dividing us in small groups, which are these other projects. So the whole idea of the metaverse as a place where anyone can actually join and, talk with people, have social interactions and everything. So that was
Yeah.
very interesting to hear. And I'm happy they talked about all these things, because I bet there were many people in the audience that maybe don't know about 10KTF, or they know something but they actually never heard these things from the founders. They never knew what was their mission or idea behind this whole project. So it was very interesting to hear from them for the first time. Obviously, for people that met them and had these conversations with them, like in person, like we were lucky enough to have in the past. It's a bit different, but it
Right.
was amazing for anyone that was new. That, like, if you are new and you want to listen to it, it's actually recorded, so you can go to Crazy Car Collective Twitter, and you can just re-listen to the old Twitter space. It's a very good space, and they talk about very important things. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
I
got from it.
I also like if you looked into the audience, we had maybe anywhere from 600 to 900 people at certain parts, and a lot of people that either have their own projects, project founders. I think like the Cyber Brokers founders were in there, and a bunch of other
Mm,
notable people from the NFT space. And so it was also just a great opportunity for people that don't know about Warm, because I think the only people that know about Warm, or most of the people that know about Warm, were the people in 10KTF using it for Battletown, and then the people creating Twitter threads. So and that was again mostly in Battletown and 10KTF universe. So it was a great opportunity for people to learn about it and then think about how do we incorporate it. And um, it also gave the ethos behind the Worm itself as well, where it's like it's going to be decentralized, it's on the metaverse, and it's just going to be um, uh,
mhm.
on the blockchain for anybody to like look at and use if they want to. So I thought that was really cool. The other thing is that um, Figure really came in, and he's great at spaces. So he needs to
Yeah.
be doing more of those. I'm sure he's really busy, but it would be cool to get him on more of those more often. I know that the whole ethos of Weenie was to just quietly build and let the work speak for itself. And even in person, Figgy's talked to me about long product cycles and how even for 1 week of 10 KTF and Weenie to come through, think about all the different components that need to work together. You have the product team, you have the art team, you have the design team, you have the story team, all of these things, and then partnerships and all these other things. They need to kind of line up, and then the day of you need to put on the actual show. And so it's almost like a Broadway play where there's a lot of rehearsal that goes on in the back, and then it turns into a performance the day of. So I thought that was I'm glad that he spoke to that, and how so many projects lived and died off hype, and when the hype goes away, what do you have? It's like when the shore pulls back, what do you have left? And so
Mhm.
I found all of that to be really interesting, and then I think that the ending was obviously great because they timed a Wagmi-san video, and they had the 10 KTFM reporters, A-Bomb and Modest, get
Yeah.
get hijacked or put in a van and taken to a secret location, an undisclosed location. I'm also in an undisclosed location, different undisclosed location.
We
um,
don't know, maybe you're around there.
you know what? Maybe there's a mech right in front of me and nobody knows it. So
That was so cool. Yes, Trevor there reminded us about the dynamic metadata, what they were talking about in there, and it's interesting, I think, to bring it back. What did you take out of that?
yeah, so it's I always found it an interesting choice that some projects decided to lock their metadata that early on, like Bored Apes are locked, right? And it
Mhm,
was early on the narrative in the NFT space was that's a feature that nobody can rug you because I want to say this was February of 2021 or January, but there was a project that it was an NFT project that launched with some art, and then sometime later, I don't know the exact timeline, they rugged everybody by changing the art to rugs, like actual rugs. And you can Google all of this. And that was a whole narrative on how you don't actually have the art, you're owning the token. And that token, if the metadata isn't frozen, can be anything. And
mm,
so that was a narrative early on in NFTs. And so that's why I think a lot of teams uh, early on froze their metadata because it was to let people know you're not going to get rugged in that sense. But I think that's a very um it's a very skeuomorphic use of NFTs because and by skeuomorphic I mean like in web 1 when the internet first started coming about, people were like, wow, that's so cool, and they would just take things that are IRL, like a flyer, and put it online. And so
mm,
it would be like an image of a flyer or a menu. But we know that the internet is way more than just a hosting service. The internet connects and you can write and talk to people, and there's so many layers to the internet. That's the same thing with NFTs, and um, you can tell that Figgy is super bullish on NFTs as well, where he's saying it's going to
mhm,
change everything in the same way that the internet changed everything. So I think we're still so damn early that um, that I think it's a mistake to freeze your metadata this early on because you notice that with Board Ape Yacht Club, the other side is no longer doing the other side deeds are dynamic as well because those can be changed as they go on. And I think with the big showcase of that is when they're going to allow people to pull their quotas off their land, and it's going to become a separate collection.
mhm. Yeah.
Manny said that he underestimated the amount of devs they have on the team.
Hmm.
Definitely gave him confidence. Yeah, so we knew like for like relative to the NFT space, we knew is massive because most people have like 3 4 people and they started an NFT project and run it. We knew has had that team. They also have the possible team as well, and then he mentioned contractors, and so you can see how dynamic the team is in terms of what the output needs to be, being able to onboard new people, get things out, and be reflexive like that, and then layer in the fact that they've been doing production of videos for so long that they have massive computing power. How do you guys you need massive amount of computing power to generate 20, 30, 40, 50,000, however many thousand images for each NFT collection that they end up making, and it's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, that first part was so interesting. They talked about all these things, but Yeah, let's go to the final part. Let's move there. After, okay, we talked. We had the pleasure to ask a question or at least say something in the space. Thank you so much, Carl, again to give it
Thank you,
for
Carl.
giving us this opportunity. It was awesome. I reminded people that he signed my mankini during VCon last May. It was such a funny experience. And Guy Ozeri was standing right next to him. It was so weird, but it was cool. And your question, I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, I
Like
can.
I
So
like the answer as well.
yeah, so he mentioned it on I think Farouk Space that people has a new North Carolina space, and when I heard about what he's doing and with projections and all of that, all I could imagine was like 10 KTF event. Like we're gonna have that uh, because when people said most of the NFT projects when they throw a party, it kind of feels like a corporate event, and I could not agree more. That was that was such a I think big thing that I took out of NFT NYC because that was my first one. It's that let's rent a. It's here's the playbook: rent a space, okay, throw up some screens with some visuals, maybe have some paraphernalia like that's relative to your project. Have a merch booth, get a DJ, and have drinks. Boom, there's a party, and everybody kind of just copy pasted that and went with that. And then you look at what 10 KTF did in LA and in NFT NYC, and I'm like, that's a NFT event. And so to hear people now being able to have um he's going to have a personal space that's supposed to be massive, that's going to be able to um host events, that is going to be very immersive, and these are his words, that I'm so excited for that. Like catch me in North Carolina anytime people's having an event, I'm going to be there.
Yeah. Oh my God, what a beautiful space. I can't wait to see how it is. And I always travel whenever I can to events, so I would definitely not miss that one. So yeah. Michael, what is this? Yeah, look, I have to give us some explanation on that because my question got rugged. Because my question was about
Mm,
community and creators, but when Carl asked me to ask the question, I was like, okay, let's give space to Diamond first. I don't know. I have this thing. I think Diamond always been a crazy fan of people and everything. I don't know. I wanted him to have the first. Conversation with him, and then they talked about creators, and then it was my turn, and I was like, okay, my question got rugged. What am I gonna say now? But it's okay, it's okay. I have fun. It's okay. The most important is that they understood how much we care about them and how much supportive we are of the project. And nothing, Yelena, I hope you one day you're gonna come, because like really you're such an important part of the community. Like I can't wait to meet you. So yeah, I hope it's
yeah,
gonna happen
you
soon.
have to make one of these events. I'm telling you, each time I've been to an event, it gives me so much energy to meet people from the community, and good things always come out of it. Like in terms of just output, like I get inspired and amplified, and it just makes me 10 times more bullish every time I go to a 10 KTF event,
Yeah.
because I can see that this isn't just like a side thing for We Knew. This is like a main thing that they're really focused on executing well on. So I had some friends DM me after the space or during the space while I was asking the question, saying um, that with screenshots of them buying 10 KTF NFTs, like the level 2 blanks, saying bullish, and then also saying like well done on the space. Because when you hear Figgy speak, you can
Hmm.
see the thought that's going behind all of this, and you're like, shit, okay, this is somebody that I would bet on. So and when we're betting on it, so I thought that was awesome. But maybe you also said something very interesting that I wanna jump back to. You said that even though it's a mankini in a black bag,
Yeah.
people are still like, it's almost like a, "Oh, fuck, you have a mankini, like, I wish I had one." Um,
That's
and
insane.
and and people kind of are like, "Damn, you're a mankini holder," and there's only 10 of them, and there's 6 that are now unopened, I think. 6 or 7, I can't
7.
remember.
7 is
7.
yeah.
Okay. So, um, let's give the quick story behind how we got mankinis because I don't think we've shared that on the live before. So
Yeah.
this was at the NFT LA event in March, and Shopkeeper02 had a wheel. I want to say it was on an iPad, or was it a physical wheel? I can't
No, no, it was
remember.
on an iPad. It was on an
Okay,
iPad.
so you had to
Yeah.
spin a wheel, and if you landed on a specific thing, you got a prize. But to spin the wheel, you had to make a collage of like 7 or 8 different photos, and they gave you clues of like what you need to take a photo of, and then post it to the Discord. So being the crafty copy pastas, even back in March that we are, somebody completed the collage and we just copy pasted it on the Discord and we showed Shopkeeper02 and he's like, hey, that one looks familiar. And he's like, that's fine. He allows us to spin the wheel, we spin it, and we don't land on it, or at least I don't on the first time. And he gives us a few, eventually we do land on it,
Like, go get it.
on the one that, yeah, please go get it. So we spin the wheel and it lands on the wheel, and y- I'll get to you, fake eye, in 1 second. um, and we get a mankini, or we don't know we're getting any. We don't know what we're getting, but they give us a black bag that says 10 KTF on it, like maybe has right there, and so you can see maybe's is signed by Beeple. Um, and so it's become like a thing where we didn't want to open it, and then
Mhm.
we were like, what if one of them has like a gold mankini in it? And we still don't actually know. One of them could have a gold mankini in it. One of them could have like a seed phrase in it that has access to like $1 million
Of
in a
course.
wallet. Like we don't know. We don't know. Uh,
No, I'm not gonna open it. I'm not
Kent
gonna open it.
still
So,
unopened.
yeah, I follow people with this. It was the same day. It wasn't, we were at VCon and Kent was there as well. But unfortunately, it was somewhere else when I met the people, so I wasn't able to sign his. But yeah, I have the video and everything when people signs this thing, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But the whole point of that was, guys, this is a package with a mankini inside with toads on it.
Yeah,
And people, like, when I show it to 10 KTF people, they go crazy for it. So what I wanted to explain was what's the culture in this project? Like, how strong all this situation has become that someone gets super jealous, or, oh my god, that blows my mind that you have a mankini signed by people. Like, this is incredible. Like, it's crazy. And this is what, when a project is strong, whatever they give to you has value,
yeah,
even a black bag that you have never opened just because it says 10 KTF on it.
yeah,
So that's just a thought that is very interesting in many, many ways. Business, in marketing, is like, this is just a black bag. Why it's so important for us? So I don't know. It's
I
interesting for me to think
and
about these things.
you know what's interesting is that given how plugged in 10 KTF we knew is to the community, I can imagine like at a future event, the fact that we have mankinis or we're mankini holders, I feel like that's gonna get looped into the lore some way somehow at like an event where it's like there's gonna be a special drink for mankini holders or something like funny like
Show
that.
your monkey.
Fake eye, fake eye saying, "Did I get? I'm locked in a closet. Did Wenwoon kidnap you as well?" So I've been saying for weeks that I'm in an undisclosed location. It just so happened that today, uh, when Moon did kidnap A Bomb and Modest, in an undisclosed location as well. Are they the same? I can't say, but you are right. I am in kind of like a closet at the moment. I hope that I can be freed. I'm actually trying to. I'm tied up. My feet are tied up right now. I'm trying to just slowly saw away at the rope so that I can get free, but also do a live stream. So I would say that's dedication, my friends. That's dedication. I'm tied up in a closet, but I'm like, when I gotta do this live stream, get me my stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, the last part was like mind blowing. So we got Modest and A Bomb that they got kidnapped, and they brought them into this undisclosed location, and they had bags on their head. At one point they took them off, and they could see a bit of what was happening around them, and yeah, we were able to see with them what was happening in the video that Wagmi-san tweeted. Let's watch the video together.
Let's do that. Before we get there, Michael pointed out that evacuation group 3 got an additional badge. So I want to show everybody the badges that we got on 10 KTF. So I have my screen right here. We can see that there was an evacuation mission winner badge and evacuation missions. So if you chose evacuation mission group 3, which is
Mm-hmm.
crazy because this is the Oni Toads Gucci one. So Gucci Carl, you can thank everybody can thank Gucci Carl for like stacking the shit out of this team. They ended up winning, not the Ape group or the World of Women group. So that's kind of crazy. Um, even though, you know what? Why don't we just run through this really quickly? Even though the if I go to the missions
Yeah.
completed, so group 1 had
Mm-hmm.
230K points.
Mm-hmm.
Group 2, which had more points than group 3, so 1052, and this was the, if you don't remember, Apes, Cool Cats, Mutants, World of Women. We all thought that group 2 was going to win, but
Yeah.
Ratio and when Mood had sent this intel yesterday, she said that it's actually about the proportion. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about the raw number. It's about how many. If 1,000 apes have minted and 100 show up, then 10% of apes have shown up. So it's about the proportion of people that show up, and proportionally, Group 3, even though they have fewer points, 742,000, they proportionally showed up way more, and so Group 3 won. So congratulations to the Onis, to the Toads, to the Punks, Moonbirds, Nouns, and Gucci's.
Yeah, it's in my opinion is because of Gucci Grill.
Yes.
Not because of any of the other parent PFPs, because Gucci Grail, it's a project that started inside 10 KTF, so it's obvious that people that own Gucci Grail, it's much higher probability that they're gonna go and register for missions. So this is a good thing to remember for the future. It seems like Gucci Grail, it's a big winner because we register a lot with our Gucci Grail. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
just write a note and remember that for next mission. So yeah, I didn't have my best loadout on that. I had something in every mission also this time, but I didn't put my biggest loadout there. My best loadouts are go with the World of Women and my mutant. So yeah, I don't have I usually don't stack my Gucci's too much because I want to keep that 50%. I want to make that 50% bonus pay off. If I completely stack it up and then I reach 50%, it doesn't make any sense for me. I want to use the percent, like I prefer to put them on another item, then on another avatar
Yeah.
instead of
Yep.
the Gucci. My Gucci's usually have like two items, three max. And yeah, but that's cool, like very interesting for the future, definitely.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and get to this video. So they dropped this video at
Yeah, let's
2:55
go.
p.m. right as the space was ending and A-Bomb and Modest appeared on stage. So let's take a look at this video. We're gonna break this down frame by frame. So that's Abom and Modest supposedly looking, and then I'm trying to see if there's alpha in that one frame because
Mm,
they
yeah,
like to
at
leave
the end, right?
alpha
Mm.
always at the end. Okay, so first of all, maybe talk about you because you said this on the space. Talk about what's in those boxes. What does it say on that?
Yeah, it seems that the translation of that is mirror, and we know that NKTF doesn't use like words like just to use them. Mirror is a word that we have seen in the past, and it's an
Mhm.
object. It's an object that we all know, which is the Kagami. And yeah, so are those boxes full of kagamis inside? Like we have seen videos in the past. Remember, no, there was that videos of all those kagamis, and they were
Yeah,
like, you know, with this lights and music going on, and so
I can try and find that as you speak.
we're waiting for these kagamis to get dropped. We don't know who's gonna get them, why. We know that they have a good amount of them. Like they they already have these devices. We don't know how we're gonna put our hands on them. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like we always thought that it was gonna be a drop, or I don't know, there's gonna be some kind of reason for us to receive them. I don't know. Maybe because I don't want to. And now I started to hear other theories that maybe will not include me. For example, only if you have a flamethrower. I'm like, okay, I don't have a flamethrower, so I'm starting to, I'm starting to, you know, accept the fact that maybe I'm not gonna get one. And in that case, if I'm not gonna get one, maybe it's also because they will maybe sell them. Maybe we'll have
right.
to pay for them. It's not gonna be a drop or a gift. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
there
mean,
is many reasons, you know.
let's play this. So this is from May 5th, and we know that
Mhm.
we know how much the team likes to um they like to drop things months and months and months before they ever become relevant or part of the main story. So this video was dropped in May. I always thought this was um like sometime in January, but it seems like it was way later. But you can see here.
Yeah, there's so many.
So it's the Genesis edition of 893 Kagami, and you can see that they're mirrors. Kagami in Japanese means
Mhm.
mirror, and then you can see that boom, a little figgy ape pops up, and we've seen these IRL. So
Mhm.
to me, this looks like this is something that we're going to be getting physical. Obviously, it's going to be physical because we've seen it, but um, in the same way that Beeple has his everydays, and it comes with that very nice um, NFT screen package. I think that if that's the really expensive fine art version, then the
Mhm.
Kagami's is the
Mhm.
more consumer focused NFT display. So, and you can see that in LA and in New York, they had animations on it as well. So it's not just a static screen; it can be a dynamic screen. So maybe that's where dynamic NFTs are going to be coming in as well because we're going to be having Kagamis. So um, yeah, like there's a lot starting to get tied into this. I think.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, finally. Also, the fact that Figgy said again after what happened last summer, like, dude,
Tell us
I like what tell us last summer. It's like when does summer end for you?
when does summer end for me?
Yeah,
Like in a few weeks, it's going to end.
exactly. For me too. Okay, so in a
Yeah,
few weeks, last summer would be this summer,
right.
and we
So it's
still don't know. Like,
yeah, he's gonna have to start saying last summer. Figgy, what are you doing?
come
Come
on,
on,
it's taking
tell us.
forever.
from the
Because he
very
said it
get-go.
in a way like, "Did you guys forget about this?" No, we didn't forget about that. We just lost hope that we will ever know what happened that summer.
And for those that don't know, let me pull it up. This is I think this is the only place it's where it says this. I don't think it ever
Mm,
said this on the Twitter, but
mm.
when I wrote that thread back in October, which is crazy because it's going to be a year now. I have I'm just going to take a moment. Some of my threads are going to be like 1 year
When
old.
you're
Like
old,
that to me is kind of just because you know how quickly things move in the NFT space. So they're not toddlers anymore. If I go to the 10 KTF page, for those that don't know, if you look at the description, it says life is good, but he's still required to pay for protection to keep his shop open. It's better than the alternative. After what happened last summer, he can't let that happen again. And so since September of last year, we're like, what the I don't know if I can swear, but what happened last summer?
what
What
happened?
happened?
Yeah, we still don't know. We still don't know. I
So,
hope we're gonna know soon because yeah, that's been a mystery since the first day.
yeah. Do you okay, so something strange happened today as well. We had Battletown was supposed to end at 6
Mm,
and it didn't.
mhm.
It just got pushed up to 4 p.m. and that's when we started the live stream. Do you think that there's more coming today, or do you think that the space um with the alpha and then the video, do you think that was it for Thursday?
Well, I would wait until at least 5:30 to give an answer to that because it's
Y-
usually yeah, usually something comes starts to move on Discord at around 5:30 p.m. East. If they change the music or something like that. So I will wait
Yeah.
until then. I don't know, to be honest. Because they said that Thursday was gonna start early. I don't know. You know, also those other Thursdays in the past where it seemed like everything was finished, and then Figgy comes in the chat and it says something like, "Hey guys, it's still Thursday. Like Thursday
Yeah.
isn't over yet, right?" So I don't know. There's always that possibility that Thursday is not over yet. We will see, but yeah, we have anyway a couple of people that are coming to talk about some things. So let me know if there is something else you wanted to talk before.
No, no, like let's get toys on. Let's see what he's got going
Okay,
on.
so before Toys comes on, okay, beside introducing him, I'm gonna say something also that is related to what he's gonna do. So let me find him 1 second.
While you do that, Trevor just said had a stoner idea.
Mm.
Maybe mirrors are more like literal mirrored world of other side. I concur. I agree with that. I think that the mirror and Kagami are related to the other side, literal other side, because I do think there's a literal other side of that whole, that map. So I think it's like even that video of the Kaiju, you can see that the camera spins and then it's summoned on the other side. So there's something going on here with mirrors and um, you know, something like that.
That's very interesting. Do I have
What's
the
up,
link?
Pot?
Do you have the link for Toys? Is the one you sent me or
Yes, that's the one.
okay? So okay, before Toys comes on, yeah, that's all the whole mirror story, like the fact that the other side, there are these two words that are mirrored. That's super interesting. We've seen it on 10KTF as well when they were doing, the the spell to get the kaiju. You see how the word just goes upside down, and that's super interesting. And yeah, I think it's a very good theory. Maybe it could definitely be like that possible. And yeah, before we get Toys Revolution, yeah, I sent him the invitation. He organized an in real life event for 10KTF in Australia that it's going to happen next week, I think September 17th, if I'm not wrong. And at the same time, this month we're gonna have also a 10KTF meetup in New York City. So if any of you is in New York City or around or wants to travel for this, just go on Discord in the 10KTF in the Grailed chat. There is a thread that is called New York City meetup.
Mhm.
And yeah, there's gonna be a meetup on September 23rd. And yeah, we're just gonna get together and have fun with Wagmi-san, because it's like it's his birthday, right? So
It's also um, the damn show's birthday. Also, Yelena, you
also,
mentioned it's your birthday as well. So there's a
when
I don't know when, but
but in September, nice.
sometime in September. Mine is in 2 days, so that's exciting. Yours is coming up next week, maybe.
Yes, then we got
And
Diamond. It's exactly Diamond's birthday is exactly on the day of the 10KTF meetup in New York City. So it's gonna be fun. If he's not gonna be able to come, we will video call him or some. We'll do something fun with
yeah,
Diamond Hands as well.
we should. Speaking of Diamond Hands, we're still Diamond Hands. If you're listening to this, are you rugging us? Where the hell are you, Diamond Hands?
Where is Diamond Hands?
Thank you, Brensua. Thank you, thank you. Where is Diamond Hands? That seems like it's a running theme of the 10KTF damn live show. Where is Diamond Hands? Are you texting him right now?
Yeah, Diamond, where are you? What's going on?
Diamond. To be honest, we have to now make this a thing where each week Diamond Hands doesn't show up for at least the first 20 to 40 minutes. Because so then we can ask the question, where is Diamond Hands? And then Diamond Hands appears. Um, maybe
Yeah.
he's like Figgy, where we have to say Diamond Hands 3 times and click our heels, and then Diamond Hands shows up.
Maybe. Okay, so I think we got toys is coming.
Okay, we're gonna get
We'll be
toys. Do you wanna set
connecting.
up Matt? The fame got to Diamond Hands.
It's like,
he's just
guys,
like he's like the live show.
what
When
do you
I would
call
have
it?
time for it.
It's like John Lennon and the Beatles.
Yeah, honestly, just shows up whenever he wants. That's so funny.
So yeah, and then later we're gonna get Wisdom. Woo!
Yeah,
I can't wait to get
wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah, it's gonna come like 5:15 or something. So
Okay,
I think we got Nick.
we got toys is in the house. So everybody, welcome to the stage. Toys Revolution.
Hey!
Yay!
Nice
Hey guys,
background,
over here.
toys. Is that a
How
green
you doing?
screen?
Yeah.
So
Very early over here. Very early.
Yeah. How? What time is it?
It's 5:40.
oh.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I got a team of 12 people here with me. We're doing a very big fair. So I can't really talk too much. Otherwise I wake up everyone. They're gonna kill
Yeah.
me.
Well,
So
So
toys.
cool.
thank you
Before,
to have me, guys. Thanks a
yeah,
lot.
toys. Tell us about the background because it looks beautiful there. I was saying it looks like a green screen. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So cool.
Oh, yeah, basically, we were used to come and do this big fair, and we were used to stay in hostels. And so from this time, we just decided to put a bit of money in, about all the
Nice.
team, and we're getting luxury house through Airbnb, just fucking better, and everyone is so happy, and everything's going so good. So yeah, we are in an Airbnb house here in Australia, in Adelaide.
Unreal.
Good,
Unreal.
very good.
Awesome.
So
So
yeah, we're gonna have this party. We are very, very excited. Very excited.
So
I
cool.
can't say too much. I don't want to say too much of what we're gonna give to the attendance, but we have a lot of things going on. Like we have tried to organize a lot, and we're doing this obviously for having network on 10 KTF. And I believe that now 26 people already confirmed, and we
Amazing.
got we got around 6 newbie that we're trying to bring in, and everyone can bring a plus one. And they plus one, it should be someone that don't know anything about 10 KTF yet. So I really hope that in those 3-4 hours we're gonna have a lot of network, and people will just enjoy the day.
I'm
So
trying to.
toys before, yeah. Are you looking for the poster? Maybe
Yeah, I'm trying to share the poster. Let me see if you can see it. No, it doesn't let
I
me
found
share it
here. I
like that.
found it.
You got it? Okay,
L-
perfect.
Yes.
Because it
yeah.
looks so cool.
Let me share this poster. This looks, yeah. This is awesome. So let's see. Let me make this bigger. So for those who don't know, there's a sizable 10 KTF community down under. That's my best Australian accent. That's the best I can do.
That's amazing. And what I can say,
And
which is really, really good, we can give the original 10 KTF posters. So every attendant will have the poster that is been given at the 10 KTF New York week. So it
oh,
was
amazing, amazing. So there's
something
gonna be
very
some
good.
goodies. It's on September 17th. Is that 9:30 a.m. Australia
Yeah,
time? Is that right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Queensland time. Yeah,
Queensland time. So it's
this
gonna
time.
be there's gonna be a boat with Wagmi-san. You said plus ones must not know anything about 10 KTF. Is that right?
Yes,
There's gonna be
correct.
beer, freebies. There's gonna be food, and it's a giant boat party. So I'm expecting a lot of videos and photos from
Yes,
10 KTF Australia
yes,
because we're gonna look forward to seeing all of that and how you
yeah.
guys do down under.
So
Gonna
cool.
gonna be very fun, very fun. We got everything in place. Hot Sizzle has been very helpful. It helped me a lot. I don't know if it's gonna come in, but anyway, it's been very helpful. And
He was roasting you. He said Toys is half asleep.
it's absolutely, yeah. He knows me. Usually I have much more energy, and I don't want to wake up anyone. They're gonna kill me. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, and we're planning to have some funny stuff as well to record the video, some different masks if people don't want to be doxed. So we really hope to give also the opportunity to have a very nice media and videos about the day. So
I have to ask. I must ask. Did you
yes.
guys get any mankinis? Were you guys able to get any of those?
No, I've asked for it. I've asked for it. No, no, not at
Uh,
all.
Those
So
are not. There is no one in Australia that has a mankini.
yeah,
No,
I know
none
that.
of you.
the
I,
whole
I
Oh,
think the
continent
man,
is deprived of a mankini. How
ah.
I,
dare?
I, I think the mankini is gonna become very, very valuable items in the future. Very valuable, especially
Ima-
maybe got the one signed from people, right?
Yeah, I have it here.
yeah,
Whoa,
it's funny
amazing!
because anytime I travel, and I'm gonna be in a spot for a long time, like how I am right now in my
Yeah,
location that I
mhm.
cannot say. I always travel. I always bring it with me because I'm like
Wow.
I don't know if I'm gonna need it. There could be a situation
I
where
need it, like
I'm
wear
gonna
it.
no the bag like
I know.
because
I'm
somebody's gonna be
joking.
like, how do I know you're a real 10 KTFer? And then I can be
Yeah,
like, instead of
true.
pulling out my NFTs, I'll just
That's
pull out the
true.
mankini and be like, boom, right?
Like,
It's like
That's
an
true.
OG card.
have you
Yeah,
ever searched anywhere to see if someone is selling one of theirs?
I,
No, I've never
I
looked.
did.
I
I did.
never. You did?
I did.
You
I
didn't?
couldn't find
No.
anything. I did it exactly yesterday because I was searching for the posters. Someone is selling it on eBay in America, but at limited. Like I didn't find anything at all, and not a
I saw
mankini too.
I saw somebody place a poster for sale for like
$24.
$5,000.
I
24,000.
24. Yeah, 24K. I found the only one yesterday for 24K.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
yeah.
forgot who it was, but I saw that post in Discord where they're like, if somebody wants it for that much, I'll let it go.
Like When Moon, right? The When Moon poster,
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
yes, that one. That
Yeah, I
one.
saw
Yeah.
that. I saw that. Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
sometimes I go and I search. I just want to see if what people are doing, if they're reselling these physicals or not. It's
I
interesting to see
I
that.
don't even know if the poster will be the we knew one. Sorry, the When Moon one, or if it's gonna be the Kanju one. I just got this
Mhm.
message from FedEx that something's coming from We Knew, so
Mm.
they told us they
That's
support us.
exciting.
So
Really cool.
I don't know. Yeah, it's exciting. Imagine it's a new one. Whoa, you
That's
never know with that. You never
I
know.
hope it's get. I'm assuming it's gonna get to you guys right on time as well. Gonna be
Yes,
exciting to like rip open that box and see like what did we new send us. What if
yes.
it's like a custom poster with like
Wow.
Australian flags or like new
Yeah.
Australia
I was thinking about something like that because you never know. They'll just jump on surprise with this team.
for sure. And toys, tell us, do you off the top of your head, which of our Grailed members are gonna be in on the boat? Because I'll say one thing.
Ah,
Last week or the week before when I was doing the video edits for my for the whole campaign, ended up
yes.
having a lot of late nights. And so
Yeah,
I popped into Grailed at like I think like 4 or 6 a.m. and it was like
okay.
a totally different world because it was a lot of people that, that I don't necessarily recognize. There's obviously not as
Yes,
many people. And so
yes.
I imagine being in Australia, you guys get a very different experience of 10 KTF. And so
Of
who are some
people,
of the
yeah.
people?
Let me check. Let me check what I can find for you. I was searching for this. I don't know if you find. Yes. So we're gonna have obviously me, Odd Sizzle, Mr. Pickle, Kirstinovo, Craig
Mhm.
Coin Purse. He's
Mhm.
pretty active on Discord, at least at
Yeah,
Yeah.
our
okay,
time.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Craig Coin Purse, Steve S, Bunka Collective,
Mhm.
Padawan, Will, Duncan Moon, Craig, Craig White Lion, Jai Murnro, Derek,
Mm.
Ilio, Julian, and so on. The other are all
Okay.
newbie. So yeah,
Okay.
like
A
just
decent
some
amount.
names.
Okay.
Many OGs, many
Yes.
OGs. Yeah.
Were you toys, were you Bizon just said Vitabrand is from Australia as well. So
Sorry, what do you say?
Vitabrand is also from Australia. So
All right. Yeah.
I
I
don't know if he's in touch with you
I,
guys, but
I don't think so. With that, we did our best to advise. I mean, to do the advertising as much as we could on Discord. But
I'm just
I
gonna tag
don't
him.
think all the Australian have been know about this party. So, but
Well, I just
also Nods helped us a lot because he
Mm.
created recently a Twitter group for World of Women people, World of Women users in Australia, and we got people from there as well that are contacting us and asking about the party. So, yeah,
nice. That's amazing.
Awesome.
So I
right.
tagged Vitabrand in the thread that you guys have for the Meetup Australia. So hopefully Vitabrand sees that and can make it work and get there as well.
Thank
Um,
you.
Toys, before we let you go, I have two questions.
Yes,
First question is, you said it's 5:40 something. It's probably like
6
6 a.m.
o'clock.
almost.
Yeah.
Were you on the spaces at 3 a.m. today, or were you asleep?
I, look, I plan to be there, but as I
Yeah,
told you, we're doing like it's already 6 days now that we're doing this big fair, 10 hour a day work, stand up, we're selling stuff. And yesterday
yeah.
evening, for the first time, the team decided to have a bit of rest, drinking. There were people chilling here and everything. And we with that really late, 1:30, we were still up. So I
Okay.
couldn't make it. I
Yeah,
fall
yeah.
asleep, and I just wake up now, feeling the alarm, seeing the messages of maybe, and I was like, I have to be there. Boom, wash my face, and just arrive. And really, the
Okay.
tech
Awesome.
are always super supportive, really.
Love to hear it. So, okay, you have to obviously you're gonna go back and listen to that because it was a great
100%,
space.
100%. Yes, that's what I'm
Um,
planning to do soon.
then my second question, and maybe you haven't seen it yet, but have you seen the new tweet by Wagmi-san?
Nah, not yet. No.
Oh, I,
Whoa.
you know what? I would say go check that out right now,
Yes.
um,
I'll be
because
online.
I want to ask you something about that.
Oh, here it is. Whoa. What did he say? What's the what's the kanji on the box?
We'll tell you after.
Wow. So
So
that seems we got something. Something arrived, right?
it says on the box, it says mirror, which we assume
Whoa.
are Kagami's.
Yes.
And
So those, yeah,
yeah,
those,
exactly, those circular mirrors. But
yes.
what I wanted to mention is that for the first time next week, Thursday is going to be on a Friday.
Ah,
So my question is,
yes.
will you be on a boat when it's
Yes.
Friday
No.
here?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. And
wow.
usually at the time, wow, this is gonna be amazing. Usually the time that Wagmi-san posts something,
Mhm.
it's our morning. So it's usually around 8:30 of Friday. So
Okay.
because he posts on your Thursday, and for us it's 8:30 in the morning of Friday, and that's the boat party starting 9:30. So I believe that still, yeah, that would be the time we're gonna have
Okay.
fun.
I hope
Okay.
there's not gonna be a short registration of a mission.
Yes.
Everyone is on the boat. Guys,
Make sure.
what do we do?
Now that you say that, yeah, I think everyone will come with their laptop. I think so.
Yeah, prepare your warm wallets because
That's
Yeah,
you
amazing.
warm
never
gauntlet.
know.
Yeah, yeah,
That's amazing. Toys, thank you so much for coming on. I can see the sun is rising in the
yes,
back. Um,
Wow.
yes.
have a great morning. So for those of you who don't know, please check out the 10KTF Australia meetup thread in Grailed. It's next
Yes.
week, September 17th at 9:30 a.m. Um, there's going to be a boat party. There's going to be a lot of surprises. There's going to be
Fun. We
posters
got
coming straight
DJ.
from
We got
Greenview.
food.
Yeah. So
Have fun, guys. So happy
Thank
that
you.
this is happening.
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks a lot, guys.
thanks
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
on.
me. Ciao,
Take
Dario.
care.
Ciao, mio amico.
Bye.
Bye, bye.
Ciao. So there you have it. Australia
Wow.
10KTF rides deep. Gatsby would love to attend.
Yeah, me
Fake Eye
too.
Fake Eye is saying it's a rug. Fake Eye likes
Leave
his
the
rugs.
fake I would just jump in the water.
Yeah,
That's
he can just go.
what he likes.
Fake Eye doesn't like boats. He likes what's underneath the boats, which is the water. He's like,
Underneath the
I don't need
boat.
the boat. He'll be with his ledger underneath the boat. Be like, I don't need boats. I can do it from down here. My ledger is waterproof.
So cool. So
That's funny.
yeah, we okay, I sent an invitation to Wisdom. I think it's gonna be on in the next like 10-15 minutes. So because
Okay.
is in school right now. So he was
I
in
mean,
school.
for
I
those
like
of
fake
you who don't know, Wisdom is the Discord king. He is number one. I don't think that's ever going to go away. He has such a massive lead in the Discord. And for those of you that might feel like, oh, so what? I'm number one on, or he's number one on Discord. Maybe, do you want to quickly tell a story of your um, NFT LA experience outside the 10KTF? I feel like you forgot about that, or you haven't talked about that in a while, but I thought that was
I've
so funny.
yeah, I haven't talked about that. So during the first event in LA, official event from 10KTF, there were two lines when you arrived, and one was the line for OGs, and the other one was the line for general pop. And I was in the OG line. We were we received our OG badges, not badges, like roles on Discord, like I don't know, maybe 1 week before. Like
Hmm.
it was very recent. So when I was in line to enter the place, first of all, it was a bit weird because so many people got in without being double checked. I don't know if it's because maybe I said my name and they weren't able to understand it when I said it, so they couldn't find me on the
Yeah.
list.
Hold on. So, um, let's set it up. So you pull up. I sort of remember this in like thank you for the experience maybe because we were gonna take an Uber. You went from your
Mm.
hotel to my hotel, and then from my hotel it was like a 10-minute car ride. And so you
Mhm.
texted me like, "I'm gonna be pulling up in an Uber soon." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Um, I get there, I get downstairs and I'm waiting and I see this giant black like Cadillac or Chevy. I don't know what it was. But you know those giant black cars? It pulls up and maybe rolls down the window and is like, "Get in." And I open the door and I get in and I look around. It's like it's a nice car. And she's like, "It was like you said something like it felt like a black car kind of night."
Yeah, like, I felt fancy, I took an
Yeah,
Uber Black.
yeah. So we're riding in this like government vehicle to the party. We get out and
Motorcade.
yeah, like a motorcade. The motorcade before there was a motorcade.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, I'm like, I already knew that me and maybe were gonna get along, um, from just a few days that all of us were hanging out before because when I was with Swilson, Tails, and Hawk, I was like, before one of the gallery events, I'm like, guys, I think I need to go back to my hotel. They're like, why? I'm like, I'm not in the I don't think I'm in the right, like, I'm wearing the wrong shirt. I think it's more of like a jean jacket kind of like party. And they look at me and they kind of just roll their eyes. And I'm like,
I remember.
what? Like, that's what it is. And then I think the next day, maybe you either got to LA or we all hung out and something similar or somebody brought up that conversation again. And maybe it was like, yeah, that makes complete sense. What's the issue? So
Yeah,
I'm
like,
like, okay.
of course you have to go home and change if, like, if you don't feel, like, I
So
understand perfectly.
exactly. So when you pulled up in the black Uber Black, I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "Thank you, maybe." Like, you're absolutely right. So we're feeling nice. We get to Little Tokyo outside the bar and we jump out and we get there pretty early. Like the event starts at 6. I think it was like 6:10. And I get out first and I show my ticket or I say my name Atare and she's like, "Cool, here's your wristband," or whatever it was. And I go ahead, and then maybe that's
Yeah,
where,
then I go. Yeah, it was my turn, and I say my name, and the girl at the entrance, she was like, "Okay, but can I see on Discord?" And I was like, "Okay, what am I supposed to do? Should I rank on Discord?" Like, I don't know. So I went on Discord and I ranked, and then she clicked on my name, and she wanted to see that I was OG.
yeah,
And and I felt, and she was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, so G, you can go." And I was
yeah,
like,
she
"Okay."
didn't
So
believe that you were OG.
she didn't believe that I was OG, or she didn't understand my name. I don't know what was the thing, but for, like, I was like in the whole line, I was the only one that was asked to rank, or anyway to show proof of my being OG. I was like, what is the problem? I don't look OG, or what is it? I don't know. It was weird, but we had so much fun that day. Um, there was like, for the people that know how 10KTF art and designs looked in the past, like the first Wagmi San shop, the original Wagmi San shop that got burned down.
Yeah,
It was the place where we were having a party was actually the 10KTF shop, the first 10KTF shop. So there was the desk. In front of the desk there was a TV where you could see the text exactly how it was in the 10KTF website. So it was looking the exact same, and you could go there and take pictures with all the background, so it looked like you were like Wagmi-san in his shop. So I have good pictures of that as well, and it was looking amazing because we were such fans already back then, and it was like, with other projects we didn't have to wait so long to have an in real life event. With
yeah,
10KTF it felt like we had to wait long time, because the first mint was in September, and then we got
yeah,
the first party end of March 2022. So it felt like it was forever. So in the moment when we got there, we were already super big fans. Like when I entered and I saw that it was Wagmi-san's shop, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
like I
you
was
felt like
so happy. Yeah, it was we were super emotional in that moment. We like to see it in real life. It was amazing that we saw so many things inside. We saw prototypes of the in real life merch. So we saw some hats. There were backpacks.
backpacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
we saw a lot of
interesting
things.
stuff. We saw the kagamis. That's why OGs talk a lot about these kagamis, because it's something that has been around for a long time. That's why that Yelena said, I didn't know about that. That's something that we have had going on for a while, and we saw them in real life in Los Angeles during the event. So
Yeah,
we know how they look. We have seen them, so we're waiting for them, and that's why we get so excited when we hear or read mirror somewhere.
yeah, the
And yeah,
freaking
it was just
Kagamis.
an amazing event. We got the mankinis. Everything was perfect, really. um
Is Diamond joining later? You know what? We're asking the same questions. He's somewhere out in the ether, and we're trying to get him. I think he's in the river of Ethereum somewhere. But we're working on fishing him out and getting him over to this live stream. But in lieu of that, we had Toys on. Toys talked about NFT Australia, 10KTF Australia, and we're also getting on Wisdom. And the reason we told that whole story of Mibineta and the rank was the IRL utility of being an
mhm.
OG, or like having a rank. That's uh when you told me maybe that happened. I'm like, IRL utility of Discord rank right there. Skip a line.
Yeah,
Th-
I'm
Thank you,
OG.
Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy.
So yeah, the wisdom not only is number one on Discord, but is always been one of the most helpful and generous people in the whole community. Like he has been like from the beginning sharing his. He had like a full set of tools from the beginning. So when it was
Mhm.
like when the moment of crafting arrived and we needed to share tools, wisdom always was there to share his tools. He shared his own NFTs for the Gucci Mint. It's always been like a very, very important member of the community, and very, very supportive of everyone. So it's like our star, let's say. In the community is a star. So I can't wait to have him on the show finally, because we've been waiting for this moment.
And he's
Also, we're
been
both New Yorkers. I have to say, we're both New Yorkers, and we met many times. I met his mom as well, so I'm part
and
of the
he's been
family.
been not as active in Discord for the past maybe month or so, because he's been in, I want to say, Taiwan. So he's been in a very different time zone. And
Hmm.
so now I think now that he's officially back in Eastern time, uh, we're asking when Wisdom. While we wait for Wisdom, Gatsby has a great question. So let's go
Yeah,
through that,
let's
and then
go.
maybe I also want to go through. Easy had a poem that he made for 10KTF. I don't know if you saw that. It's a great poem. We're gonna go through that, and it rhymes. We're gonna try to speak the
Yeah,
poem, but
so
um, or like rap it. I guess I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna go through it. It's a long one, but it's a good one. So let's go through Gatsby first. So he
yeah.
says, apart from the items, I also hold some blanks.
Hmm.
Do you think that blanks will increase in value more as more parent NFTs collections hop into the ecosystem? So I think I can give you like a historical answer and then a future looking answer. So historically, blanks have definitely increased in value if you look at the level one blanks and you look at their price,
Hmm.
because they're a limited asset that gets burned. And so naturally, when you have something like that, as the supply decreases and it doesn't replenish, things will increase in value. And so we saw similar stuff, whether it was with threads, the raw materials, or the actual blanks itself. So an example, I think threads were selling at one point for like zero point 0.1 ETH, and at its peak, they were selling for 1 ETH. So that's about a 10x, and it obviously fluctuates based on supply and demand. But right now they're sitting at 0.96. With respect to like, will this increase? Is it an inevitability? No, because I think what we're looking at and what we're battling against isn't so much the inherent value of 10 KTF, it's the overall macro 10 KTF conditions. Sorry, overall NFT conditions. So, um, is there a lot of volume in NFTs right now? Do will the market grow again? Will we experience another bull market? These are all the things that I think we're wrestling with, and I think soon as the liquidity comes back to NFTs and there's way more volume, then we are inevitably going to see people jumping back into 10 KTF, because I think it's established itself as one of the strongest projects, whether it's the community, whether it's the media, whether it's the team. So um, that's my answer from the two angles. And Nosematics comes in at the right moment. Smash that like button, everybody. Smash that like button. Also, Nose was very kind yesterday. He tweeted out something that I think is really important, and it supports the damn show. So let me go to
Oh
it
my
right
God,
now.
Nose.
The
Nose.
Nose. Let me go to your tweet, Nose. Essentially, if you use Brave browser, then you are probably accumulating BAT, or basic attention token. And what you can do is you can actually support the damn show with that. So if you enjoy what we're doing, you like what we do, and you spend Thursdays and Mondays with us, then you can, and I'll zoom into the tweet right here, you can support us by tipping us with Brave. So there's this little button. If you go to the actual YouTube channel, and I'll do that right now. If I go to YouTube, or actually, let me, I think I can go here. No, hold on one sec. Let me pull up YouTube. It'll show you how you can start supporting with basic attention token. So give me one sec. And we also have wisdom in the green room. So maybe do you want to move wisdom over while I get this set up?
It's not ready yet.
Okay, so if I'm ready on my end for this. So when you go to Brave, what you can do is, if you use Brave, you can click this button right here, and you'll see that the damn show is a verified creator, and you can send a tip. So if you are using Brave, so I have 1.65 Brave coming for September, I can send this to the damn show and we will actually receive it. So it's another way that you can support the damn show. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's just, if you enjoy what we're doing and you do use Brave browser, you can send us a tip over here. So anything is welcome, and we appreciate everybody's support.
Nose, thank you so much. I didn't
Yeah,
even know this existed.
yeah, no, thank you for that
Thank
idea.
you.
Really appreciate that.
So I think it's ready now.
Okay, we're gonna, give me one second. Let me.
We're gonna answer it
Gatsby said,
here.
"Thanks, Atari. Awesome thoughts. It leaves me with the question of whether I should craft the socks to get more points in battles, or just hold the blanks." Yeah, I mean, it's really, what you're looking at there is the difference between. Excuse me. Do you think that you will out earn um, with more points on Battletime with the snapshots that eventually might again be ApeCoin, or can you earn Ethereum just by holding this asset? So it's something that I think is very personal, and you'll figure out just based on how the market goes. Okay, so,
Yeah.
and we would like to welcome to the stage for the very first time, Mr. Wisdom. Hello, hello.
Hey, you guys hear
Hey.
me?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
how are
it's
you,
nice
man?
to be back. I'm great. Just got back from school, so excited to listen to the recording from because I missed that.
It's getting rocked a bit.
Yeah, wisdom. You're getting a little. You're a little bit rug. We can hear you, but there seems to be a bit of delay between what you're saying and what we're seeing. So we can try to work around that. Because we heard everything you said. You're at school. You're excited to listen to the recording. We see a world of women in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be back?
I can finally be online as like everyone else, and hopefully not miss any New Year's days.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know, and you are still getting a little rug, but we're gonna try to make it work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but next week Thursday is not on a Thursday.
Oh.
Did-
Fridays?
Yes.
I don't know what's the
Basically-
problem. Because
And
I would like people to hear wisdom very like better. Also, Kent
Yeah.
is having problems, so maybe it's your
AirPods.
AirPods. Yeah, I don't know what the problem
Can
could be.
you switch off from your AirPods? Because AirPod mics are hot garbage, is what I've learned.
Let's see, maybe now.
So is this better? I think this might be worse because that's why I put
It's
on my
worse.
All right. Okay, I have an idea, wisdom. Here's what you're gonna do. Why do I sound like that?
No, the sound sounds really weird.
Okay, put in your AirPods. And then go to settings. Oh my god, that's so funny. I just inhaled some helium balloon. And go to audio. And so for your audio input, switch that to your laptop mic, and then your output, keep it as AirPods.
Input and turn on my phone.
We
Okay.
became robots underwater on shrooms. Okay, let's try now, because now the audio is going to go to your AirPods, but it's not going to use the mic.
I know. Right now, am I output device?
I don't know. It was so weird. It was so funny the way we were like. I was like, I wanted to say something, but I stopped because the way I was sounding was too funny, and I was like, no, I cannot speak anymore right now.
I
What
know
do
you left me hanging. Maybe I had to take it all on my own.
What about this?
That's so funny.
This is-
It seems to be better.
It's
Let's see how
okay.
it goes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
my AirPods
no more
on.
robots underwater on shrooms. Also, wisdom, you do a podcast, correct? Tell everybody about that.
Okay, so me and my partner go for it. He goes by N, I think, right now.
Oh, you're still rugging.
Oh, really?
Wisdom, it's time. Look, the reason I segued into the podcast because I was like, my friend, it's time for you to get one of these. Get one of these. Get one of these.
You're one online.
That should just be your next purchase. Right after this stream, it's just one click order, boom, because it's gonna take your podcasting and like live streaming
Mhm.
game to the next level.
Yeah, I can share my YouTube if you want and show the channel so that
Yeah,
you
please.
can see, because unfortunately I don't know if people were able to
hear.
hear everything. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay.
Right.
Tab
Right.
YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, thank you, Atara, for bringing up for the channel. And yes, that uh, we try to updates. Just a channel like us to we would share that we think is long term and try to introduce people Web3 and NFT stuff. Right now, it's slowly turning into like yeah.
Okay. So I still have to watch the episode about the captains, but I swear I'm gonna do it these days.
I
Everything's been
watched
so
it.
crazy recently. You watched
Yeah.
it? Okay, give me some alpha.
I mean,
What do they talk
so
about?
here's the thing. Maybe you told me there were captions, but I couldn't turn on the captions for English, so the subtitles. So I could just see.
Why?
Yeah, that's what it said for me. Unavailable. So
No.
I scrubbed through and I tried to get the context as much as I could for when they talked about the captains, but I have no idea what you were saying.
It's about how the project is for doing this, bringing
Right.
in the community into the Sims, and all three of you truly does. And I mean, we were as happy and astonished as you guys when you guys saw that. We thought it was like a and then we actually were really surprised and and just the team, bring in and attire many legends. And on the show, I remember talking about. I think I was thinking of vision or whatever, but I mean, obviously, team 3, and you gotta told our audience is that all three of you are like we love all three of you.
Thank you. I know you're saying
Like-
super cute things, but people are still not hearing you the correctly.
Yeah, I can hear you every now and then, but
Yeah, this is the situation right now. You're definitely static, Wisdom.
Are you Boss Ape, Wisdom? Are you Boss Ape? What's going on?
That's so look, Wisdom. Anyway, we're gonna do for sure
We're gonna get you
Uh,
back on.
yeah, we're gonna
very
get
soon.
you back on maybe on a it probably is gonna happen also on a Monday episode. We have to figure this out because I know you have a ton of interesting things to say. I want people to actually hear you,
Yeah.
and they are just not hearing you correctly right now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
I'll get a mic and come over.
Yeah, we have to. We'll do some testing next time and we'll make sure that that everything works because yeah, I'm a bit yeah. This was a rug. Why? I hate it.
It's okay. We're gonna get Wisdom. If you go on Amazon and get the mic, you can have it 1 day, 2 day delivered, and so we could even have you on for the Saturday if you get it in time. And I think it's about time that we do an episode with the
Yeah.
Wisdom himself for this week. So
Yeah.
let us know.
And we
how
have
that...
a ton of material, like a ton of memes with Wisdom's face everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're gonna show them all.
Yeah, it's gonna be meme week with Wisdom.
That's cool.
Question: which mic are you guys using?
I'm gonna send you the link. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be the one with the tripod. Diamond, when Diamond got his, Diamond got it from Lopan, I believe. Lopan sent Diamond a mic because he's like, "I love you, Diamond, but we can't hear anything you're saying," because he was just using the mic from his laptop. And so when he got that mic, his clip game went to the next level as well because you could hear everything that he was saying. So, Wisdom, we're gonna get you back on very, very soon. Sorry, this was a rug, but you know where to find us, and we know where to find you. We're gonna see you very soon again.
Yes.
Bye, Wisdom.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we also have so I want to set this up properly.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks ago, I got a message that from Ree that he's trying to get a DAO to purchase some NFT items. And so in a DAO, how it'll work is that you set a proposal, you will ask everybody like, hey, what do you think? And then people will vote on it. And so Ree mentioned that it would be nice to get one of the captains in to talk about the project. We just weren't able to find the time. But
Mm-hmm.
a few weeks passed, I didn't hear anything, and then Ree mentioned that the DAO and its Mutant Cats DAO, they ended up purchasing a bunch of items for from 10KTF, and
Mm.
so we have somebody from the board of the DAO to come in and talk about some of the thinking and some of the conversation that happened in the DAO around this purchase and what led them to ultimately invest. So I want to welcome to the stage Svetlight. Svetlight, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Oh, thank you so much for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, great to get you on. And so, Gatsby, this is Mutant Cats DAO. So, Svet, why don't we start there? Can you tell us a little bit more about Mutant Cats DAO?
Yeah, sure. Well, it started back in October of last year, and the idea was that it's a collection of mutated cats, and it was supposed to use the 50% of the proceeds from royalties to buy blue chip NFTs. So the idea was that you buy into this fairly cheap project at the time, and you get exposure to high valued NFTs. Um, you forward the tape a little bit. The project went through some turbulence. There was a soft rug from the original devs, but eventually the community took over, and we slowly but surely started rebuilding the project. Currently, it's a project that has roughly 2,500 ETH in its vault. That includes liquid ETH, USDC, and roughly 600 ETH of high valued NFTs, including 3 Bored Apes, a dozen Mutant Apes, a Fidenza, a Punk, and so on and so forth. The project now is purely community run. We are now the team that sort of is the executive team that runs it is fully doxed, and all of the NFTs and all of the money that we have are kept in a Genesis wallet with a doxed multi-signer team. What we are trying to do is really restart that whole process. The 2 areas that the DAO really focuses on are, one is really creating a valuable and rich IP through we're building a comic book, which we already have our first chapter out, and also some real life collaborations. I know you hear that a lot, but we're actually doing it. And then the other part is really starting to invest in the what really brought this community together is valuable NFTs that the community chooses. So we go through a very rigorous process, and then we just buy them, and we buy them really for the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I can see on the balance sheet that the Mutant Cats DAO purchased about 18 ETH worth of 10 KTF NFTs, or about 10 ETH, sorry.
I
7 of
yes,
that was a doodle.
yes, yeah. So we haven't bought any NFTs in the past 6 months. I want to say we're just really starting to rebuild the whole process, pulse the
Okay.
rug, and really making sure that we have the right people in place. So this is our first purchase from a few months. So the way we created it, and we're again, this is more an experimental time, but we really want to focus on some sort of, um, as I like to say it, a framework of why do we buy certain NFTs. Um, and we have the channels where people throw ideas, and but we want to stay away from really spaghetti on the wall. We really want to go through a very thorough analysis of what is it in that NFT, in that project that we like, that we can see that it's value creative, value additive in the long run for the DAO. And Ree, who is part of your community, made an absolutely great pitch, first to the team. Then we had an AMA where people could ask a lot of questions. And we had a channel where we open up for a lot of discussions and why the pros and cons and so on and so forth. And at the end, the DAO voted. So there were two things that you saw on that list, where we voted to add one doodle. That's our first doodle, and then add 10 ETH worth um, um, of items. And we equipped one of our mutants with an epic hoodie and some flamethrowers and stuff like that. And he's out on a mission tonight, and so that's
Nice.
what we are.
So who gets to go on Battletown and get all the fun of doing the 10 KTF stuff? Is that the community? Is that one individual? How does that work in a DAO?
That's a great question, and right now I'm doing it, and we want to create some sort of a framework. But this is really it. That's where it becomes a little tricky, because you can't really go on a mission through a Genesis wallet, or at least we're not aware we can. So right now, given my involvement and the fact that I'm fully doxed, and have a very large stake in the project myself, the community has entrusted me with a mutant and with some of those items. So they're in a hot wallet, and I just control them and go to the missions. Yes.
The lights just went out for me. That we're good. Okay, so I mean, this is a great time for us to talk about Warm. Do you know what
Yeah.
Warm is?
I don't.
Okay, so this could actually,
Solve
as
your
you
problems.
mentioned it, this could actually solve the problem that you guys are facing. And so you just might be able to do this in a way that is trustless. So
Mhm.
let me share my screen with you. So Warm Wallet.
Okay.
This was just launched by the We New team. And essentially, then I'll go through the first time here. I want to see the guide. 1 sec. Let me disconnect my wallet, and that should. Okay. So what Warm is essentially, it lets you link your cold wallet, and this could possibly be a Gnosis safe,
Okay.
with a hot wallet, so that you can use a hot wallet as if it's holding and owning those NFTs. So
Okay.
if I connect my wallet, you'll see that if this is my cold wallet that's holding all of my 10 KTF NFTs.
Okay.
I've linked this cold wallet to my hot wallet up here.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the wallet. This hot wallet is the one that actually goes on 10 KTF missions on Battletown. Because now when I connect to Battletown, instead of BattleTech checking this wallet for NFTs. It's checking my hot wallet and also linking back and checking what's in my cold wallet and then aggregating all of them together. And so for your use case, you can imagine that instead of now you holding the mutant and the NFTs in your hot wallet, you can
Mhm.
leave it in the safe and then connect one hot wallet to the safe with Warm. And it's one single transaction, doesn't ask for permissions. That will then allow you to connect your hot wallet and do what you're doing right now without actually holding the assets.
You are a savior because trust me, I really don't want that responsibility.
Mhm.
And you know, even though I'm grateful to the community that entrusts me with that, I really do not want to have that responsibility, and I want the DAO to be
Definitely.
in charge. So I would really appreciate if you can just share the link with me on the chat, and I'm sure to get that thing set up so we can transfer all of the. I guess probably if we're gonna craft assets, we still will need to go through a hot wallet because we have bunch of other NFTs like some cool cats and some other mutants that also have epic and rare items. So we might, I think that the 10 ETH that we spend right now is probably our first taste of it. We have definitely more room to expand if this is really something that the community would support. So do you think that we would be able to actually craft the items through Warm, or it would probably require a hot wallet again?
It's a good question. So I don't know if crafting is
They say yes. They
they say
say
that you
craft.
can.
They say enter mission and craft your items using Worm.
Okay, so it's already set up for crafting
It's
right now.
they
Okay,
they
all
they
right.
want us to use Worm for everything, so that we don't have
Okay.
to
That's
connect anymore our cold wallet with our important
Yeah.
NFTs, expensive NFTs.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
so you said that you have
all
this.
right. So that really solves a big issue.
Mhm.
That's
Svet,
perfect.
what I'll do is I'll send you the link and then I have a thread where there's a written and then also a video of me setting it up as well. So you'll have those additional resources. I'll get those over to you in the next couple hours or so. Once I'm not tied up with the live stream. But thank you for coming on, Svet. Did you have any questions for us, or for Warm, or for about 10KTF? Because we'd love to chat through anything.
Oh my God! I mean, look, we do have Bree, and we have a few other people that are involved in your project. They have been an absolute, they've really run with us and have educated us. I mean, Ree came to us, I think, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and pitched it, and I went on the website, and I'm a boomer, so it was hard for me to grasp all of the things that were going on. So it took us a bit of time, but I think we do have a good understanding of where this project is. I know there's a lot of unknowns and a lot of anticipation, and we are really excited to be part of it.
Amazing. And for anybody that's in Mutant Cats DAO, so we're the Damn Show. It's Diamond, Atari, maybe Netta. We're 3 OG members in 10KTF, and every Thursday when there is new updates in 10KTF, we're doing a live stream, and then on Mondays we drop an episode that talks about what happened in the past week, and we also touch other topics as well in the NFT space. And so I'm sure we're going to be talking about Mutant Cats DAO and in this conversation as well. So like if your community would be interested, please do share this link with them, because it's another way for them to keep up with 10KTF, because it is a weekly project where you do need to see what's happening each week
Mhm.
in the same way that you watch a TV show every week. So Seth, thank you so much for coming on. And thank you for joining the 10KTF community. We look to see more of you in the channel and more Mutant Cat DAOs people in Grilled.
All
Mhm.
right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Good luck.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 So that was Mutant Cat DAO. Check them out. Um, I think if you search Mutant Cat Style, you'll be able to find them on Twitter. Let me just catch up with the comments here. Gatsby said, "Great
Yeah.
pitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Am I nuts? Said, "So with the warm wallet, I don't have to transfer the NFTs into that wallet. I can keep the NFTs in my cold wallet." That's correct.
Yeah.
And then Ben is asking, how does that work with badges associated with your cold wallet? So here's the lowdown. Here's what we know so far. If you have had most of your badges in your cold wallet and you now link to your hot wallet to keep your NFT safe, then your badges will now go on the hot wallet. However, what Hideki has said is that if there are future situations where you have to prove that you own a certain number of badges or wallets, sorry, certain number of badges, the fact that your wallet is linked on cold on warm between your cold and hot is proof or is sufficient proof that you actually are the owner of all of those badges across those two wallets. So that's the best thing we have. Maybe in the future there is going to be a way to merge these wallets together. We don't know that. Or sorry, merge the badges in both wallets together. We don't know if that's going to be a thing, but there is still like a connection point with Warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I know is that they want us to use Worm, so I will never see them like creating problems for us when we use Worm. So
Yeah,
even if the badges get separated for a while, at one point they will probably be together, or anyway there will be a way to link them, because otherwise, why even making us use this thing? Okay, it's safer, but obviously they know that we want to keep our badges together and that we want to show that we have been there for all the missions. So I personally didn't do it this time. I didn't use Worm. I used Worm to share one of my PFPs with someone else because they needed them for the mission. But I didn't use for my cold wallet, just because I'm so used to do it that now I just did it with my cold wallet. But I think that I'm gonna start using Worm as well, because I don't see, it makes absolute no sense from them to create any problem with badges when they actually want us to use Worm. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's the thing.
Nuts is also asking, do we know if missions
Hmm.
this week will only work if you have weapons? So no weapons, no missions. Why don't I pull up the
Yeah.
Battletown missions so we can go through that together? Because I have some thoughts. I've let it, soak in my mind a little bit. And here's what I think. Okay. So 3 missions. Assault Team. It's sock full of doorknobs, foamo swords, and flamethrowers. And they're saying that you have to go and do this. I don't know if there's going to be a restriction, as in like if you go to mission 2 and you don't have a sword, you won't be able to equip anything but swords. I don't know.
Hmm.
And it doesn't say required. Bizon is right. It doesn't say required. So this could actually be one of those social coordination things. And these are my thoughts, where it's not going to be a hard limit like it was last week with PFP required, but it could be a thing where it will hurt the overall score if you send flamethrowers to the sock mission. So, in the same way that last week they changed it where it's the proportion of PFPs that are sent rather than the raw number that matters, and that's why Evacuation Group 3, even though they have the second highest total, they won. I think this week they'll look at, okay, how many people out of the total actually send socks to the sock mission, and if there's 20%, swords in that, then that's going to hurt the overall point total. It's going to be like a subtraction. That's what I think it could be.
Hmm. Yeah, makes sense, because Bison is right. Last time, even before registration started, I think we were able to see PFP required, and then there were
Yeah,
the requirements. And this time, you don't see any requirements. So
exactly.
It seems, yeah, it seems different. So yeah, what you think is that if you have a flamethrower, better to put it in the flamethrower mission and so on, right? That's what makes sense, unless they are putting an extra bonus for that mission, for that item, like for, like, per
Right.
person.
Right. That
Like,
could also
not
be a thing.
like, beside what you said, that it makes sense in, like, in proportions and what we saw that they do on the back end. But even seeing that you get more points if you put your item in the right mission,
Yeah. So I
it
just
will
have
make
to
sense. What
I
is
just have
this?
to
Yeah,
address
I don't
I
know
just
what
have
it
to
is.
address this comment. I don't know if this was the video that I recorded just before the space, but I was recording a video with DeFi Yields
Hmm.
um, earlier today. But there's also other videos that I've done with them. It's just funny that Gatsby is saying um, that he saw me in that. This is the metaverse, baby. I'm everywhere. Look out for me. Bizon is asking, will Gucci Grail act as a full set weapon included? No, I don't think so. You need weapons. Weapon is the only slot that Gucci Grails don't have anything on, I believe. Yeah, Am I Nuts is asking, I wondered if it meant it would be to your advantage to have the weapon and you'll get more points. Yeah, maybe you can go with no weapons for basic points. Hard to say at this point. We'll have to see, but I think in general, if you're allowed to submit a loadout, I would obviously do it. I don't think that it hurts,
Mm-hmm.
but it probably does help and to only equip the weapons that they say to equip for that mission. Like don't be the person that's bringing doorknobs to a flamethrower fight because your socks can get burnt and your doorknobs are going to melt. Come on. This is perfect with questions and visuals all live. I can say for myself, this is exactly what I need. Damn good. Thank you,
Oh,
Nosematics. We appreciate you.
thank you, Nose.
If the loadout will be accepted, that will be our truth. Yes. Wagmi is truth. What up, President? What up, what up,
Hey,
what up?
President.
So, Diamond update. It does not look like Diamond will be making the stream this week, unfortunately.
But I think it's the last week, right?
But it's the last week that this will
Mm-mm.
ever happen. Or we're gonna hold his feet to the flamethrowers instead of the fire. We're gonna hold to the flamethrowers. That's the update there. Let's do a quick reset if anybody's just tuning in to the live stream. So we had a space today with Figgy and Beeple and Crazy Carl. Carl kicked ass hosting it. Everybody go back and listen to that. It's Crazy Crypto Carl on Twitter. Search that, you'll find the space. It was an hour long and it ended with Figgy dropping a video, or I should say 10KTF dropping a video and Figgy saying, "Hey, what's that?" And we all went while we were live on the space, along with A-Bomb and Modest as the 10KTFM reporters to see that there's a visual of the mech ready to go. And then the stream rugged. Figgy did announce that 10KTF will be on a Friday for the first time next week, September 16th. The meaning behind that is September 16th is when the 10KTF contract was deployed. So even though the mint opened up on the 17th, the contract was deployed on the 16th. And so they're saying that is the 1 year anniversary. So that is when the mech and the kaiju battle will go down on the 16th next week on a Friday. Also at the same time, we possibly might have 10KTF Australia on a boat. We don't know the exact time, but it could actually overlap. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I think that was the Thursday because I don't think we're getting anything more. It's
Yeah,
three.
if you check Discord, we got a bit, like, people are joining the radios always, like, you can see a good amount of people, but I don't know. I'm sorry, I think they're gonna be disappointed, like, not disappointed, but I mean, it's gonna be a little bit no party today.
So I mean, if I hear, let me pull up Grailed for 1 second, and
Yeah.
I do have
Yeah,
to
people are still into Midoriland. It's like when you go to a very good festival and
mhm.
then you get so, sad that it's over.
Yeah,
And you just continue to go back to those memories because it was so nice. You're like, oh no. So it feels a bit like that Grail chat right now.
yeah.
It's like
I
people
don't think that anything.
Midoriland.
I think we got what we were getting. We got the big alpha that next week is the mech versus the kaiju. So I think that's the big news. The space was it. Midori Land was last week. Sorry, Fab.
I know, but we still want Midoriland. Please.
That's cute, duck.
Another Midoriland. Yeah, but the stage was completely destroyed, so
Yeah, we can't have a
everything is gone.
Midori Land on a stage that is
Okay, so
destroyed.
since you talked so much about this merge in this other video today, can you tell us something? Because
Sure.
I'm still in the learning process of what's gonna happen and what are the consequences in my life with this merge. So can
Yeah,
you please
yeah.
tell us something?
So I can do that. But I do have to quickly change locations. So maybe can you
What
handle
am I
the
supposed to
stage?
do?
It's I'm in a rough situation when Moon is knocking on the door saying you gotta get out.
Okay,
I have successfully untied my legs, so I can
perfect.
actually escape at this point. So instead of opening the door for Wen Moon, I'm actually just gonna escape out through the vents. But to do that, I need a couple minutes. So I'm gonna go off
Okay,
stage for
go
a
do
couple
it.
minutes, and you handle this. You hold it down, maybe.
Mhm. Here I am. Let's see. Oh my god, so much Midoriland, guys. It's crazy. Anyway, party or not party, we can still live our Thursday as always. So let's continue with the copy pasta. And also for the people that were not there before, if there's someone new that just came in, for the in real life events, we're getting some community meetups up. So as Atare said, there's gonna be a community meetup in Australia on December 17th. September 17th, and then we're gonna have another one here in New York City, which is gonna be on September 23rd, which is also Diamond Hand's birthday. So yeah, if you live in New York or you want to come, you want to travel for this, we're getting like a good party going. We're gonna be celebrating Wagmi-san. It's his birthday, as you know, or if you don't know, now you know. It's 1 year of 10 KTF. So yeah, some very cool stuff happening in real life as well.
Maybe you
And
inadvertently just said some rap lyrics without realizing. If you don't know, now you know. Okay, continue.
yeah,
uh, was everybody nice to you in the chat?
very
Anybody?
nice.
Okay, good. Nobody, because I was gonna check afterwards, just make sure you're all being nice
Yeah,
to
no,
maybe.
they're very nice guys.
Okay, what's happening with the merge? So, September 15th, big news. Ethereum is going to switch from proof of work, which is what Bitcoin and obviously Ethereum has been running on. It's a way to validate uh, the blocks that go on the blockchain, to proof of stake. Now, that's a big deal because for proof of work, what you essentially needed was a computer that you plug in, and this is what miners do. You plug in a computer and you put a bunch of graphics cards in them, and you run through a bunch of like mathematical problems. If you're the first one to solve it, then you get the Ethereum reward and you get to create the new block on the blockchain. So when you go on, Etherscan, you can see all the blocks that are being made every 12 seconds or so. That's because somebody is able to solve the mathematical problem and create get the opportunity to create a new block. It's switching to proof of stake. That's a big deal because it is no longer going to be energy intensive. So you no longer need a bunch of you no longer need a bunch of like electricity. So maybe he's going to be right back, but you no longer need a bunch of electricity and uh, computing power to run the Ethereum blockchain. You now just stake your Ethereum, and that will then be the how it's validated. And if you're a bad actor, if you try to mess up and roll back, then the Ethereum that you've staked can be taken away from you. And so that's why it's proof of stake instead. Dev is absolutely right. He's saying it's called consensus mechanism. Consensus mechanism is essentially finding the truth. So Yari has speculation that Atara is in the Renew Labs office and he's been hired and he doesn't want to leak the backdrop. I can't say anything. I can neither confirm nor deny that, Yari. Yes. And so with the merge, ETHflation, it's going to cut the output. So there's no longer that reward to miners. It's now getting funneled to the stakers, but I think there's a difference, like you said, in that. I don't know the exact amounts, but we're going to be having a massive reduction of the amount of Ethereum that gets minted each day. And because of that, there is speculation that over the next 12 months, in the same way that the Bitcoin price really shoots up about 6 months, 8 months after the halvening, Ethereum, this merge is the equivalent of like 3 halvenings in one. And so we should, like, Ethereum to 10K could be a thing. So it's a big deal, and there's a lot riding on it. A lot of traders are, following the price action and are going to be going long or short depending on what happens. Personally, I'm going to put some money down and go long if it all goes well. But everybody, Ethereum to 10K, Dev Dusty saying Ethereum to 25K. So watch out, everybody. Flamethrowers are gonna cost approximately $200,000 very soon. Take that, Elon Musk. Okay. 6:02 p.m. 6 p.m. Nothing from Wagmi-san.
Nothing.
It's a rug. It's a rug. I had a strong feeling that we were going to get rugged. You know what? Maybe let's talk about
Getting
this
rugged. No,
spaces
I'm
once more.
joking.
Let's talk about the spaces. Wasn't it cool to be on stage with Beeple and Figgy? Like, that was pretty cool.
Yes, if you have interesting things to say, yeah. But yeah, no, it was very cool.
Are you
It
trying
was
to tell
like,
me that I don't have interesting things to say, maybe?
no, not you.
How dare you?
It was very cool. I loved it. And what was like what I liked about that was also that the three of us, we all own we all have our PFP, our 10K TF PFP, and it felt so special. It was like, Gucci Grail, it's a derivative of your PFP. It's not actually a 10 KTF PFP. Like, not even Figgy had a 10 KTF PFP. Like, we had a real 10 KTF PFP, even if it's not
yeah,
right.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what we should do. If there are no plans to make those into PFPs, like actual PFPs, what I think we should do is we should mint those, but do it with a way where we can always add new NFTs to the collection. so that if there are more captains in the future, there can be like a 10 KTF captains page where we each have our illustration as like a NFT that we all own. I feel like that might be a cool way. We can make it soul bound so that it's not it's not
Not
anything that can be
tradable.
traded. Exactly. I feel like that would be a cool thing to do from the community. So the comments have turned into, hey Gigi, the comments have turned into people speculating on the ETH
Hey,
price.
Gigi.
President saying it's far more likely after the merge hype builds over, the corrective trend continues, and ETH retest 900 and 400. Bold bets, bold bets. So everybody sell your Ethereum. It's gonna dump. Switch to stablecoin. Not financial advice. God damn it, I forgot to say that. Not financial advice. Thoughts on the connection between 10KTF, Yuga, and other deeds?
A lot.
10KTF, a lot,
A lot
huge.
of connection. Yeah.
It's the only project that has a connection with other deeds that we know of, because Wagmi-san's glasses were in the other side. And 10KTF, we're gonna go bold. We're gonna go bold.
Yeah,
Ready,
I
maybe?
can go both. Yes. Say
Okay.
it.
Like you said, the mech is gonna destroy the rest of New Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw in May a few months ago, there was a script leak that said that 10KTF had hired a voice actor to say some specific words, and it was Wagmi-san's words, and what those words were, that we have new land to build on, Grailed, or something like that, because New Tokyo was fully destroyed. Therefore, the island that we know of as New Tokyo will be no more. Do you remember? Did you watch Thor Ragnarok? Maybe Netta.
What is that?
Okay. Anybody in the chat? Did anybody watch Thor Ragnarok? Give me like a flame emoji. Give me something. Somebody has to have seen. It's a Marvel movie, of course.
Okay, Thor. Yeah. Okay, but
Thor.
I've never watched it. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Why don't we? The chat's busy talking about ETH, so let me just pull it up on. I might not watch it. Thank you. Let me pull up. Because I think this scene perfectly describes what's going to happen with New Tokyo. It's so perfect. Okay, ready? I'm laughing already because it's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna let me play for everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the third Thor movie, and in it, Ragnarok occurs, and Ragnarok is the end of the world. Okay, so I just want you to imagine this is New Tokyo.
The damage is not too bad. As long as the foundations are still strong, we can rebuild this place. It will become a haven for all peoples and aliens of the universe.
Oh,
Those
come
foundations are
on.
gone. Sorry.
No,
the
that's
foundations
too
aren't so
much.
bad. The foundations aren't so bad. We can rebuild it. Nope, the foundations are gone. So
Everything is
that-
gone. There's
so
nothing left.
so I think that's what's literally going to happen to our island. Our mech is going to take a sword and stab it into the ground. It's going to destroy the whole island. We're going to free fall down, and then where are we? In a river. Where does the river take us? To Curtis's cabin, where Curtis pulls us out. He's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And he's gonna pull out Wagmi-san from the fucking river, and Wagmi-san's gonna be like, "Where the hell am I?" And then cue him saying, "We can rebuild New Tokyo here." Boom.
So that you're going with that theory?
Yes,
Are you gonna stand with that theory?
I will stand with that theory. Wait, what do you know?
No, no, because my theory is completely different. So we can say it here right now, and then we
Okay,
see who was right.
okay, talk to me. Talk to me.
Okay, no,
Go bold.
actually, it's something that I've been thinking about recently after I read that thread from the CEO of Improbable. It was talking a lot about crossovers between different games more than being everyone in the same game. It was like we can have a FOMO sword in the 10 KTF ecosystem, but then we can use the same FOMO sword in the other side or stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? So all of that conversation, all of that thread, what he said made me think about the fact that we should keep our um, ideas about 10 KTF maybe more related to the 10 KTF as his own thing, and then the other side is his own thing,
Mm,
but it's gonna be separated, and we're gonna be able to mix, and we're gonna be able to jump in the different spaces just by using the same NFTs and having the same let's say the way you use a specific item in 10 KTF is going to be the same way you're going to use it in the other side and stuff like that. So what I think is that New Tokyo is not going to get completely destroyed, and we're not going to be the other side. It's not that 10 KTF is the other side. I can see the connection, and we're going to be able to go back and forth and use the same items that we mint with 10 KTF in the other side. But I still
okay.
see 10 KTF as his own thing, and Battletown his own thing, where we actually play. So in my opinion, because I don't know if it makes sense that we're gonna get other deeds, because we're gonna get land. And for me, I'm not too much in the speculation that we're gonna get other deeds. I think we're gonna get
Mm,
land from 10 KTF.
you've turned.
I'm not expecting other deeds from 10 KTF. I'm expecting land in New Tokyo for each one of us.
Okay. So Ben is saying that Narula found out about 10 KTF weeks ago in a live tweet, and then he said 10 KTF will be in the other side,
Hmm.
but Battletown is the first layer of the game.
Okay.
Um, so
So
Ben, do you want to come on for 15-20 minutes? Do you want to explain what you meant by the Narula tweet? I feel like that's novel and interesting. If you're
it's very
available,
interesting.
yeah, please let us know and we'll bring you on. Benjamin Mayer White.
Because the fact that 10 KTF is in the other side for me doesn't mean necessarily that we're getting other deeds.
Okay.
It could
Okay.
just mean that we are our lands are inside the other side.
Our lands are inside. I feel like that's got to be other deeds, though. Okay, so Ben's going to come on in 2 minutes. We're going to get him on. He's going to explain what he meant by that, because that got me a little bit confused. But maybe you are saying it's more separate than it's related, but they're related. That's what you're saying. Is that a fair summary of what you said?
What I'm saying is that we're not getting other deeds.
Hey,
That's
didn't
what I'm
you
saying. It's not
typical
gonna be other deeds. It's gonna be 10 KTF is gonna have its own land in New Tokyo. Is gonna be 10 KTF land, and then
typical politician maybe?
we're gonna be able to jump from Curtis house to 10 KTF like we jumped when we did the first trip.
Okay, but I remember you promised everybody other deeds on your campaign.
Sorry,
Typical
guys.
politician. It's
Whatever.
only
I
been
lost.
a
How can I keep a promise when I lost the campaign? No, no other deeds. You made me lose.
Okay, let me send, or actually maybe can you send Ben the link?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it. I think I still have it copied.
Pa- what if you copy pasted
I'm
that
gonna copy
link
pasta the link. Yes,
in
exactly what
Grailed?
I'm doing.
What if
No.
you how How
Not
crazy do you think
today.
it would get?
Let's say not today, but maybe one day. One day will happen. One day we do
Can
a real
you
party on our live stream, and we put the link,
copy
and
pasta and
anyone can.
remember, we can control who comes on stage,
Mm,
so it's not gonna get that crazy.
we can get
Um,
it crazy. We can what's the maximum people we can get?
I honestly I don't know. I feel like we should test that.
We should
Let's
try,
test that. Let's test that today.
but it has to be on a busy day. People are
No,
just
it's no. Maybe today's the perfect day
what?
because because it's not busy. We can if it gets like crazy in a not good way. Nobody will see it. Nobody will know. But if it's a big day, we don't want to have the damn live. I feel like today's the day. What do you say? Should we? Let's ask the chat.
Yeah,
Should we
first
copy pasta?
we have to listen to Ben first, so we can maybe see the last 15 minutes.
Okay, we'll see who's brave enough to come on stream.
It was so easy to put the
Mr.
ape face on. It was so fast to get you all ready. 15 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, we'll see who's brave enough to come on stream. Ben, you'll have to close that in the other
Yeah, I
tab.
just realized. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's always jarring to hear yourself what you said 5 seconds ago. You're like,
It,
hey, that's
it
me.
isn't like at any moment it's bad to hear your own voice. I was doing the video for 10KTF and I was like getting Atari is like just sending him the script and stuff. And I even said to him like, God, it's awful. Like listening to yourself. But I just wanted to make the video in like a day. Like I had a few hours over a couple of days. And then I was like, oh, I need someone to do this. I probably should just ask Tara to do it really. But I was like, I just wanted to do it so I could edit it to the video. But yeah, I don't know how you do it. Listening to your own voice is not the greatest.
It was months and months and months of just cringing and getting through it to the point where you stop caring anymore. And then here's the thing. People may not know this, but I, in general, in life, have just always been more self-conscious of my voice. I think most people are. Maybe I was a little bit more, and so I never liked it. And then people started telling me, "Hey, I really like your voice." I'm like, "Oh, wow, thank you." And that, I'm like, "Okay, it's all in my head." So
yeah, nice. So we want to
Talk to
get to what
us.
I was saying. Okay,
Yes.
what's the first bit? The first part that you were interested in.
So you were saying that Narula only found out about 10KTF a few weeks ago. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he tweeted out. It was on a Thursday. It was clear as well. Like I'll try and find the tweet. But he said something like 10KTF we should do this and this. And I think he tagged Figgy in there. And then underneath he like continued to write like posts. And even just from reading the tweet, it's clear that like he's just discovered it. Like,
right.
So to me, it would be like if he was building it already, that tweet wouldn't have happened like that. The way it was written, everything is like it's clear. And like I keep saying, like Battletown is the profile picture platform.
Ben, can I jump in here for 1 sec?
Yeah.
So I know the tweet you're talking about now, but here's where I see it differently. I don't think that was him discovering 10KTF. I think he's known about 10KTF for quite a while. I think that was him asking the community more of like a what if we did this and see how the community is responding and acting to it. And the reason I say that is because I met people from Improbable at the March 10KTF party. So
yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like they were there. I don't know if Narula was there.
It's more like a public musing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because there's no way that the CEO wouldn't know about.
I'm not saying like maybe I should have said it better, but it was just like the way it was. My point more was that like I think people are like we're going into and I don't have this on good authority, but like we won't be playing the other side as we would like to for quite some time, right?
Yeah.
We'd be lucky in 23, in my understanding of producing something on that level.
I can see that.
You know, and I mean like all singing, all dancing, other side. Like, I'm not saying that we don't have access or anything, but like where we're hosting parties or the damn show inside the other side, and you know,
Right.
like that's what I mean. So yeah, I guess I was meaning, yeah, definitely wrong there in saying discovering, but or maybe discovering the potential between the two parties. Whereas because you got to remember as well, the space is moving so fast that many people's heads are down on their projects. I experienced this at Adidas whilst I was doing it, right? Like, I was still involved in 10KTF, but like on the periphery, because every day literally you're on 1,000 meetings. So
Right.
like, I feel like a lot of people, and today's space is great, groundbreaking, I would say, again, by the team, especially, you know, bringing the drama in, but then also from two people from the community that literally were crazy people that I were introduced to one night, literally on a spaces, pretending they were in New Tokyo as reporters. Like, I literally I wanted to join the space, you know, I could pretend I was. I was like, where am
Yeah.
I? Am I floating on the river of Ethereum? You know, so there's like, to see that happens again. We know we've seen it with them putting you guys in the mission, but then seeing them then doing it live, so it's like, oh, they coordinated this before, right? So it's
That
just
was
like,
awesome.
it's just great, you know. And I think, you know, I don't know what are in those boxes, but
Kagamis.
yeah, and what I will hope, or I would say, and you know, I think there was 200 or something of the Kagamis, that was like, there was a number associated with them.
893.
893. What I would love that of those 893 are more like 893 extended members of the community, that then once again proves to the wider NFT space you should probably be paying attention and taking part in this, because people are getting rewarded quite heavily. Yeah.
So that's always an interesting, I think, prospect. But and Figgy mentioned it. We didn't talk about this part, but I think anytime, look, in general, anytime I hear Figgy speak, whether it's meeting him in person or then this space, you're just like, yeah, I'm bullish. I'm betting on that person. This dude knows what he's talking about. Okay,
He
you
took
can hear the
me
conviction.
he took me for dinner with Herb and Carly, full of really great apes and friends. And like, he's like a geek as well, you know, like even whilst he was showing me the offices and like different parts of it, he's like looking at me, smiling, knowing that I'm going to be smiling, you know, like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You're like, wow, yeah, of course, this is why it is the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
He really gets
And
it.
and then what he said was, he said, if you have an emotional connection with your NFT, then you will likely hold on to it longer, because there is that connection. And so how do we create that connection? How do we or not even create that, but I think when I got my mutant, the second day I'm like, I love my mutant, I'm never selling it. Like, this is me in the metaverse. I love it.
I did
And
that.
yeah, and
I had
naturally,
an ape as well, and I saw this mutant. Like, I paid 16 Ethereum for this mutant when the floor was about 6 or 7.
right.
You know, and a lot of people messaged me, and I was like, no, it was that mutant. Like,
Yeah,
because I
you could
actually
just
wanted
see
to
it.
be and I wanted to be a mutant more than an ape, even though I can have an ape. I have an ape. I'm like, no, I like the mutant story more. It vibes with me more. And when you get something and then you add on 10KTF and the other things, it's like, I'm not selling this now. Like,
which is exactly which is what I was going to say, is that, and then you make these items for your NFT, and it has your NFT on it, and it's a package deal. And it's like, if I can't sell the original asset, then how am I supposed to sell a sock full of doorknobs with my mutant on it, knowing that that's the only one that's going to exist for it, and somebody else is using it? I was like, No way. That's why I haven't even been able to sell any of my Gucci mutants as well, because I'm like, well, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that's my mutant. I should eventually get over that, but I still fully haven't. At least with the mutant. For other NFTs, I'm not as precious. So, what he said was on point, and I think it's the big difference between a 2017 ICO with the coins and NFTs, because fundamentally they're very similar, right? You mint or you purchase an ICO, you get a bunch of coins, and then you hope that the price goes up. But with NFTs, you have the human element, you have the story, you have the visuals, you have all of that layered that makes it a much more robust asset, which is why I think even though there's been a bear market, NFTs haven't gone to zero, and I'm very surprised at how well they've actually held up relative to some of the other stuff. Because it's like if I have Uni tokens and it starts dumping, I'm like, I'm just gonna sell these tokens because I want my money back, or I want to not lose my gains. I don't have any like step that says, oh no, but that was my first Uni token, and no, there's none of that. It's like I have 89 right now. Okay, now I have 50. Moving on, whatever. But with NFTs, there's that layer that you have to think about. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of NFTs that I am very unemotional about, but the fact that NFTs have the potential to create that response in people makes me much more comfortable with the asset class itself.
Yeah. Look, like I was an investor of Bitcoin, well, kind of late for all of us, but it was maybe 2018, 2017. But I just held it. I'm not going to go work for some like crypto company in marketing or whatever, like for some coin. Like I wasn't interested in that. And then as soon as I saw NFTs, but more specifically like profile pictures, because I'm a creative person and my imagination went wild when I saw them. I was like, why is he a death bot? When I was looking at the apes, I was like, why is he a death bot? Why are they DMTs? Where have they been? Why is he smoking a pipe?
Right.
Like, even at Adidas, that's why I wanted to get an ape, because I'm like, you need to understand, you can get that ape, you can do what you want with it. Like you can control it, you can create the story over like a long period of time. And basically, like companies like Adidas and stuff, they're built on culture. There is no bigger culture than what's happening right now. Like there's nothing more exciting. And also the people that have attracted to it, I think, are probably, I don't want to say like the best people for me to beat for sure. But, like, I just think that like they're attracted to it. They're inquisitive, they're curious, they're explorers. And I think stuff like 10KTF really attracted the curious even within the other communities as well, right? You didn't get like the big shots of the other communities that were drawn to this in the beginning. That's why I love like the DAM story, if we want to say the three of you. I even spoke with maybe, and I think I spoke with all of you a bit briefly in New York, and explained what I thought you were doing for the community, and that you must keep going, and like I think, well, maybe you'll respond to that, but I think the last thing I'll say, and I'll keep pushing it, because I think that many people about like the other side and all this stuff, I know it will happen. They're all connected. They're all working together, all friends, but I think Battletown will evolve beyond our imaginations, even just on that platform, right? Like think of what you can do just with that. I feel maybe the map's getting destroyed so we can rebuild it with like all the profile pictures with their neighborhoods, and then all the new ones that maybe need their own areas or something,
Right.
And again, I'm making all this up. I don't know. Figgy never told me anything. So
yeah, but it makes sense because we're gonna get more communities, more NFTs, different collections, and it just doesn't make sense to have a new Tokyo where only some communities have their own area. So and they cannot continue to add other new
actually might,
from
might
where.
become part
So it
of
makes
it,
sense to have a new.
It might become part of that, like where like they bring in we actually, as a community and neighborhoods, were like, well, where would we put them? Where did the profile picture collections live? And he's like, okay, yeah, actually that area there, or that street, or that neighborhood, and that's how they get adopted. Because I imagine, they probably want to onboard lots of profile picture collections. And I don't mean like mess with the economics or anything, but it's probably a time consuming thing as well, like to bring them on to everything. I don't know, maybe it's easier than I think. I'm not that technical. But yeah, I think that he's kind of said something on the Spaces about like 1 million NFTs or 1 million something. I need to listen back to it, but it was in the speech. I actually tweeted out just like a little excerpt of that speech, but it's not in that. And he said something like scaling to 1 million or scaling like, and he was talking about 10 KTF, which made me think is like, you get a successful team, and if you think Battletown now and profile pictures, but then scale up to 3D models and other side, and it's like, if you can get on this program, if you can meet these standards, you're in, right? So if you can have your 3D models prepared, if you get your artwork prepared for 10 KTF instead of them having to do everything, your collection might get to the top of the line, or these kind of things might start happening.
It's kind of like, the way I see it is, it's almost like when you're doing SaaS, software as a startup or software as a service, you have a list of integrations that your dev team is going to go after, and you have a priority board based on how many people want it, like all these factors. And as a product manager, that's one of the things that you're involved in, is getting that data and understanding what it is, why it's important, and all that. And it's like, I almost see a board like that in WeNew's office, but it's a bunch of PFP projects that are on a priority list of like, okay, well, who's doing something cool? Like, okay, what about goblins? Like, how are we thinking about them? And then what are they doing for their community? Because I also think that you want to make sure you're bringing on quality partners and quality projects that like deserve to get that opportunity, because there's, as we know, thousands and thousands of projects, but not every single one should be a 10 KTF NFT. So I imagine there's a combination of all of that. And what I'm excited about actually is that when Figgy talked about the team, I think that's something that we don't talk about enough in NFT projects, of like, what is the caliber of the team? How strong are they? And then, are they compounding their knowledge, as they get more well versed in NFTs, tokenomics, the space, how to market it? Are they like be able to grow, expand, and then just get that 10x better at what they were doing only a year ago? And it sounds like with WeNew, the team, started 10 KTF last 1 year ago, and we're now 1 year later, and they probably know a shit ton of just insights and data and understanding of how to actually achieve a certain goal in the NFT space. And that in itself is knowledge that can be sold in consulting or partnerships, however you want to, I think, label it. I also think that, just to go back to your comments about the Damn Show, I think that two things. One, we were all doing all these things individually, but then you realize the strength of coming together and how much further you can go when you have that support. And then the second thing is that I think that part of what we're actually doing here is we are the first media company that is an arm of a NFT project, obviously not officially affiliated or anything like that, but we're actually writing the playbook of how to do media for an NFT project. What does that require? How do you think about that? What are the elements that create great media as it relates to NFT projects? And so I think it's all these things. It's the expertise that's being developed week over week that I think down the road really pays dividends.
The last Thursday with the Midori concert,
Midori Land,
Midori Land, like when the music was playing in Discord, it was like I had Discord muted and then I had it playing through your show, and then you paused it and then played the Twitter video, and the music was playing that had been playing on your show while you were talking, and then went to Twitter, and then it continued playing. And it was like mesmerizing. It was because I was alone on my own, sitting in my computer, but I didn't feel alone because I was with you guys. And then also this thing was happening in Discord, and then this show was happening, and then this thing happened on Twitter, and it was like the music connecting
Cool.
like had a really big impact, like on a person on their own in a room. It was really crazy, because I know, Atari, was you that wrote the thread that I referenced a few times about Game of Thrones and 10KTF. And it's like, now it's even different, right? Because like normally you had to wait till Monday and you got around the water cooler with your friends at work and talked about Game of Thrones. I never did that, by the way, but I imagine some people did. And like now it actually is happening in real time. You don't have to wait. You can wait to tell other people that didn't experience it, but they're not going to understand it anyway, right? They're going to think you're mad. Like, but when you actually look at it, and it's this like cross-platform, it's all the buzzwords that everyone would love to say, but it actually is happening. And when people ask me what the metaverse is, that is the metaverse, not a headset. Which also goes back to what Figgy said in the Rugged stream, right? Like less apparatus. And is literally, I was going just from browser to Discord to tab, and, you know, turning sound on, turning sound off, playing this, and like with you and then without you. It's so strange. But like that's never existed before. That is a new medium.
That's cool. And as like one of the things that I see our show as a it's a, if let's think about 10KTF as like a safari. Okay, you go to the Discord, you have the Twitter, and there's like, if it's your first time or if you've been there a lot, there's a lot going on. There's so much to, you can see the pasta and grilled, you can see what's happening on the Twitter. I see the damn show as like a tour guide, almost saying there's a lot of different ways that you can experience this. Here's one way that you can experience what's happening in 10KTF every Thursday, because we're not trying to take people out of the Discord. We're trying to supplement that by showing you what's happening in the Discord, by then going to different channels in the Discord, by going to the tweets and showing the videos. It almost feels like, it's like when we got the tweet in NYC in Brooklyn, when we're walking to the Brooklyn event. It was me, maybe, and Wisdom. We're leading the way. We're at the front, and everybody's talking amongst themselves and walking with us. And Wisdom phone goes off, and he's like, new tweet. He pulls out his phone and he looks back and he's like, new tweet, and everybody pulls out their phone. And it was like us experiencing this thing all together. And so the show is kind of like a manifestation of that, where we can't always be in the same room when a new tweet happens, but we can actually do this, but then also serve as like a tour guide for people that are newer, to say, okay, there's a lot, and I know you want to get onboarded. Join us on this journey. We'll interact with you, we'll answer your questions, and we'll guide you through every Thursday. It's still new for us, but we know the lay of the land a little bit, and so we can actually kind of take you and experience this with you guys. And so it's like, yeah, it's like it's a really cool thing that you don't really think about when you're starting it, but then as you start to experience it and you start to hear people talking about it, you're like, okay, wow, like this is special, this is really, really cool. And it's like each week I'm always like, how do we make this better? The last week, okay, the music, it stopped and played. Okay, how do I get integrations that always has the Discord music playing in the background of this stream? And I just bought some software that's going to let us do that. And how do we continually improve this again and again and again? So it's like each week you show up in the same way 10KTF is doing something new and novel. We're doing that week over week as well. So where you can bet on Dan to say next week is going to be better than the previous week.
Yeah. It's like we're using our knowledge of the project and trying to give it away to other people. It's like I know how the team operates. I know how Thursdays happen, where I have to check, where I don't have to check. But new people are not at that level yet. So like we try to use our knowledge to just, okay guys, now this is happening here, and then you can see this here, and then you can go there. So that people don't get too confused or anything. We try to do it in a way that has some kind of sense, that is consequential. So yeah, I hope that it's being received that way. So yeah.
Oh, for myself and even other people that I shared it with that are not fully in the community, like for me especially, it's adding to the experience 100%. Even before you guys were involved, like for me, like it's part of my whole thing now. Like I put this on and I'm there, and like, yeah, I think the music thing, that's the only thing, because I would bring your sound down and check that.
Yeah.
When I didn't really want to, right? Like I just was like, how's the music?
Out of necessity.
Yeah, like where
Yeah.
we at? Like where's the
Yep.
music vibe at? So that coming through is great, because you can still have open the Discord and be chatting and
Yep.
just enjoying your show with the sound in the background, as long as it's like not interfering with you while you speak.
And that's exactly it. There's been a lot of like the past couple of weeks have really been focused on like, okay, well, it's thinking through what is the essence of this experience that's happening in the Discord and on the live stream, and then what parts, like it's almost deconstructing that and then understanding from like a very fundamental level, okay, what can we introduce that's going to be an addition to the show that really elevates this experience even more, even if it's if it's in a small way, 5% better, that's still that compounds, you know what I mean?
I have a great example. Actually, I watched back the show because they deleted the motorcade, the channel, right?
Yeah.
And then when I watched it back, if you go back and watch that video, Diamond Hand realizes it on the show. Like he's like, yo guys, like what the fuck, like is anyone recording this as like verbatim? Like, and then you say
are
to him, then you're like, we've got it here, and he's like, and you can see him nodding like, cool.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like for a second you even forget all of this, and then I thought it was like we are recording it.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. I mean, Atari's like, wait, we are. Because I was sitting there like, guys, what the fuck? Like, it's all on. I'm watching it obviously on the screen, so I can see it. So of course I know. But yeah, it's all happening and it's all recorded, and I'm like, wow, that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, that's true. And
then you think back to when the toad burn was happening last fall, and then the you think back to the shop burning as well, right? Like how amazing would it have been to get the full experience of that, to watch the emotions of, just because it's not just the literal stuff, it's also what was the emotional impact of that event. And the only way to know that is to experience that in the moment. A secondhand version of that is to see people experience that, and you can kind of understand why it's big, because you can feel the emotions of people on screen. And so it's like, yeah, it's a cool, like, I love what we're doing here. And
I messaged Figgy in the middle of last week's stream, like I was like, I'm crying, I was like, what is going? And it was like the Top Gun music. It was like obviously I'm 36. Like when I was younger, I loved all like the gangster movies and stuff, and like like Boss Ape, and like just like the snapshot thing happening. I'm like, wait, is this because he's just arriving? Is this the paparazzi? And then you have to catch yourself like, what am I even thinking here? Because you're a grown man sitting on your own, and you're like, wait, is that just the paparazzi? Of what, Ben? This is just noises on Discord. But it's not. It's way more than that.
It's not, it's immersive. It's literally the Florgon is saying it. Also, Florgon just saying a bunch of really nice things. Thank you. But he said there's a new word floating on the Yuga offices called meta experiences. I don't know if Florgon, you're in touch with people in the Yuga office or not, or if you're a member of the Yuga team. But
What
if
do
that's
you
true,
know?
that's really interesting. Yeah, what do you know? Because he or she is also saying the damn show is going to be taken official soon, and I'm like, and he's like, the contracts are being written as we speak, and I'm like, you're
What
very
are you saying?
kind. You're very kind, but yeah.
Anyway, thank you for the opium.
We always like the
For
hopium.
free. Great.
I'm also, you know, one thing I'm also thinking is that the damn show is we have the Monday show, we have the Thursday live streams, but going back in line with what happened with the blank reveal, where we found the images for
Yeah.
the blanks, and then we went through that. I really want to almost start thinking about the dam as like a secondary like experience
A
to
complementary experience,
that
yeah.
complement that
Mhm.
legitimately adds to 10 KTF in a meaningful way, beyond just I think media. That's what the Monday or the Thursday show. I really want to start thinking about like what does that look like. Like one thing for sure that we know we're gonna make happen with our own dollars if we need to. When there's the next 10 KTF event, we're gonna have a damn live event. We're gonna have a live
Mhm.
Yes.
podcast with we're gonna
In
get
real
people
life.
on stage in real life,
Audience.
and
If
audience and
someone
all that
wants to
stuff.
come.
And if
I'll be
and
there in
and
the front row.
And if
with
no
my-
one wants to come, we're gonna do it anyway, even if it's
even
only
even if
for
even if it's
the-
like 20 30 40 grailed OGs that just come for us, that's
just because they're
that's
our
enough.
friends.
Exactly, yeah. Even if people only come because they're our friends, that's good enough. Because I really think, and that's something maybe can attest to this. Before we even recorded the first episode, we were sitting across each other, and we had a couple other friends there as well. And I was telling maybe I'm like I can imagine I can see it in my mind right now what the live event is going to look like, and it's going to be awesome. Like I'm so excited for that, and we hadn't even recorded one episode at that point. We had just talked about it as like a concept, but I'm like that's an inevitability. It's just a matter of like when does that actually come to be. And so I beyond even just the live show, I'm really thinking about like how else can we truly complement 10 KTF and like really elevate what's happening here, because it's special. All of this is so special.
I think like with what they've done, and at first it was the profile. We go into gangs, pick a team with the damn show. Then we're profile pictures. Now we're weapons. Like,
Right.
if I just keep expanding out, maybe like 6 more weeks, it comes to a bit where like a group can then decide, I'm going to attack this group, right? Maybe the damn crew happens. Like, it's not even, you have the show, but you have a crew or something. Like
The damn collective.
Yeah. I mean, and like you canvas and you're like, listen, this week we got to do this. We got to attack the toads. Whatever the thing is, and then they have to go and defend themselves. We've seen it with like Alpha Game, with Wolf Game, but I see this as even more all of the kind of culture and the stories have already been set. Like you can see like Paper D and people like that, they come and they go like, we're gonna go and pay him back. Like Gremplin joins and it's like, we're going after Diamond Hands, and they write a mission.
Yeah.
And then people decide, am I going to defend Diamond Hands or am I joining Paper D? Or is it like flamethrowers against this? Is like, no, fucking the doorknobs can beat the flamethrowers because there's more of them. Whatever. Like these kind of things. I think that's where I honestly, I think maybe January that could be like we could be heading towards that. Like, so I would say to people is like, we're all such sleuths and like figuring things out. Like go looking at your like friends' wallets and start figuring out like, are you all covered in all senses? Like if you
Right.
need to have a fight, and that if you would go in teams and stuff, like I think that that's where we should be. We know the other side and all this is going to happen. Like, and I'm not saying
Yeah.
that on any authority, by the way. It just makes sense. But like, I genuinely think that like 10KTF will want to focus on Battletown as their as the thing. I can't remember the references in the videos, but the games that he showed, he was like, "Is this the metaverse or is this the metaverse?"
Like World of
Like,
Warcraft, League of Legends.
yeah. And his point
Yeah.
there was like, it can be anything. And
Yeah.
I think what they've shown from the beginning in 10KTF is that literally they did it with 2D images for weeks or months. There was no big
Yeah.
videos. Like people that are getting attracted now, seeing all the big fancy videos, like that it was literally 2D images. And that when my first like chats with Figgy was like, I was mesmerized by how much I'd been drawn in by just 2D images. And obviously I produce things, so I'm looking at it from a production point of view, and was like, wow, I'm sold, I'm in. So like I can't even imagine how other people are feeling, because I'm quite cynical. So yeah, like that, the whole way they've been doing things the whole time is doing way more than anyone's done with that, like less. I don't know how to say it better. It's late here.
It's I mean, it's the way I also think about it is that it's not even worth trying to explain 10KTF to somebody, because you can't explain it. You have to experience it.
Yeah.
And I think
It's
that, and I
like,
think the best,
join us on Thursday.
yeah, the best things in life are the things that are beyond explanation from words, where like, no, just experience it and then decide, is this something you want to be a part of? And I said it earlier in the show, but Easy, he's a great community member. We all met him in March. He wrote a poem for 10KTF, and so I wanted to just spend some time going through that, because and Easy, if you're watching, sorry if I
Wow.
you've spent a lot of time and you've rhymed a bunch of words, so I'm going to do my best to make sure that I hit the I hit the right, intonations. So yeah, so 10KTF by EZE1111. From the floating city of New Tokyo hails the Honorable Wagmi-san. Sneakers and backpacks with our JPEG surface. Who is this world-renowned artisan? Backpack minting cut short, much to Boss Toad's malign. A dagger jammed on the counter. You said 10, not 7, read the sign. 10KTF shop is raided and robbed, with Wagmi-san left, beaten and bruised. What to do with all this material? Luckily, there are 6 rolls of film yet to use. A snapshot and airdrop of materials and tools. Friends are entrusted with Wagmi-san's treasures. Rewards of leather, string, rubber, and cloth appear. Even thimbles, scissors, and long-ass tape measures. Materials and tools can craft new blanks. Hats, hoodies, socks galore. Community members sharing selflessly. Hey, that's what friends are for. A friend from arrives with a gift. Alessandro is his name. A magic ball drips us in Gucci.
Wow.
Further enhancing Wagmi-san's fame. Boss Toads becomes jealous. He forces 10KTF shop to copy pasta. Wagmi-san can be a man of mischief, dressing the toads like a complete disaster. With the toads looking like idiots, new courage wolves and gutter cats found. Following a brutal and bloody battle, 10KTF shop accidentally burns to the ground.
Wow.
Wow, this is amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
As you were reading
more?
it, I just like, Easy, whoever you are, message me. I just like, I want to like put the footage to it, because I'm like, I like editing things as he's right. Like, this is a great whole video. So like, maybe not me, maybe someone has more time, but I'm down to help. Like, because
that'd be actually cool.
You know what I mean?
It's the story. It's the story. Yeah. So
it's really
it goes on. It goes on. Grilled community rallies together, rebuilding the shop better than before. A magic portal emerges in Brooklyn. Finally, we can experience the lore. Boss Toad summons a massive kaiju. Wagmi-san's car has crashed. He was scheduled to arrive at 10 p.m. Now our hopes to meet him are dashed. Wagmi-san is rescued just in time by the mysterious Wen Moon. She helps him plan a counterattack. We will need the mech soon. The mech will take some time. Leveling up is vital while we wait. Wagmi-san once again rewards his friends with gifts of ApeCoin and combat crates.
Yeah.
Putting the pieces
This is
together,
beautiful.
it is discovered Kaiju likes to dance. With the right kind of music, eyes glaze in a trance. We need new leaders. Captains Diamond Hands Atari and Mimineta, you may know. They are true 10K TFOGs and hosts of the one and only Damn Show. Midori Land sets the perfect stage. The list of handpicked songs run deep. One by one, it does its magic and puts the kaiju to sleep. With so many moving parts, it is difficult to predict how things will unfold. So far, one thing is crystal clear. 10KTF community is worth more than any gold. So that's a
Wow,
poem by
beautiful.
Easy.
Oh, good.
Oh my God,
That was
Easy,
awesome.
so beautiful. I love it. Yeah, it was the first time I was reading it because I didn't see the tweet before, so now I'm gonna just go look for it.
Imagine,
Yeah.
I honestly, I imagine like, what if we have like a 10KTF like slam poetry night where everybody has to make a poem and then we go on stage.
Why you always
That'd be
ask
so much
for
fun.
creative stuff? Oh my God, I'm not a creative
Honestly,
person.
after listening to Figgy on the Spaces, I might get him to read my poem out. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask him if he's gonna do some, like, you know, what do you call, like, those meditation apps? Like, I need a 45-minute Figgy meditation app speech. You know, like
Honestly.
walking through the
With
sea.
Figgy's
down
voice.
to Tokyo.
Yeah.
You know,
He's a good speaker. I was impressed.
he's so good. I
Yeah.
feel like he
He's
had,
really
like,
good.
honestly, in my mind, I felt that he had like a whiteboard with like warm and then like 20 bullet points all written out already. Because it was
I could
like a
see that.
script, right? Like, I'm not saying it was scripted, Figgy, if you're listening to this, but I was saying it was so good. It felt
Mhm.
like you had a board with everything on it. It was great.
It was like, and you know what it felt like? It felt like somebody that has a lot of thoughts and commentary about the NFT space, and hasn't really shared it. And after a year plus of him working in it, it's
Yeah.
his opportunity to be like, okay, here's my philosophy on all of this, and here's how I think about it. If I'm going to distill it in, let's say he had 15 minutes of speaking time on that space collectively. Here's what I want to share of my philosophy in 15-20 minutes on this space. So it was a great listen to, actually. Like, if you're not bullish after that, I don't know what to tell you, because
Yeah.
I think there's some absolute there's levels to this shit, is what I'm trying to say. There's levels to this.
Yeah.
I think with the spaces as well, I really like if you carved it up into 3 parts, it was kind of like an intro and a chat into what had happened before and why we were here.
Mhm.
Bit of an intro into Figgy because we kind of know people. Then the
Yep.
second part, if you look at it, was like a kind of focus and product launch of Warm. And then the final thing, which is my favorite, was about the community. So like, if you were there was like hundreds of people, maybe probably thousands over the hour tuned in, and in the aftermath when they watch it back or listen to it back, sorry, they're gonna get such a good wide breadth of that project, not even in what it is, but it's like, oh, here's who we are. Here's just innovation we made because, of course, we would have to make it because we were one of the only companies in the world dealing with people sending NFTs around to their friends, and we were worried about them. And then also, here are our like community members that we didn't pay to do this, but we collaborated with them to cause this great moment and let everyone know that 1 week from now we're gonna have another great day. Like, it's just beautiful, really.
Yeah, and the number of people that were in the space as well. And also, at one moment it was Carl, Figgy, Beeple, and then the dam, but we all had our captains PFPs as well. And I'm like, this is cool. I took a screenshot of that
And you
because I'm
see
like,
underneath as well, because I don't, you obviously have your own personalized like view of who's on, but there was like I think I was next to 3 Mega Mutants, you know,
Oh,
Paper
wow.
D, Herb, like everyone was there. You know,
Everybody was there, yeah.
Taylor Gehring was there, like
Yeah.
everyone was there. This was a huge moment.
It's like our community is still so small that it's like everybody knows everybody, and it's like when you have these kinds of moments, it's like everybody's going to be talking about this, and it's like some people message me being like, "Oh, like well done on stage" or whatever, because they recognize that was that. I mean, Carl, thank you so much for that. Like that was such an
Absolute
honor
pro.
to get that
Absolute
opportunity.
pro as well, by the
Absolute
way.
pro. He was
Absolute
so
pro.
good. And speaking of pros, we're at
Incredible.
6:59 p.m. And so to be
Yeah.
professionals, we want to make sure that we don't overlap with 10KT FM spaces.
With
that's
our
just about to
favorite
start.
reporters.
Yeah, with our favorite
Down
reporters,
Abel and
Abel and
Modest.
Modest.
Great
floating
job
in the river
today.
of Ethereum. Down
So-
on what do they call it? Speculation Avenue. Or I feel like they
Speculation
changed it.
Alley. Yeah,
Alley.
I feel like that's now its own thing. So
Love that.
everybody, please go tune into Twitter Spaces. I told you it was a quadruple header this week. And so we've been serving you since 2 p.m., whether it was the Carl Space, whether it's this live stream or the 10KTF updates, and end off your day with 10KT FM live. We will catch you guys next time. This was the damn live show. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Next week, we will for sure have Diamond Hands. We're gonna hold him his feet to the flamethrowers.
Probably not
Thank you,
gonna.
everybody.
It's not gonna be on Thursday though. Let's
Join us
remember
next
that.
Friday. Next Friday.
Because Boss
Friday.
Ape told us it's gonna be on Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
So, apologies.
And also,
join us next
as
Friday.
always, thank you from the community to you three, as always, for holding us down.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Ben. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.